What's going on, everybody? And we are logging on to episode 117 of the podcast. We got a very special episode for you guys today, as always, with a very special guest. But first, let me introduce my co-host, as always, Luke Ganz. And Luke, I think I'll give you the honors of introducing our special guest.
I'm not. This episode is sponsored by Rook Coffee. That's our special guest. No, our special guest today is someone that I know I don't know much about them, but I'm going to learn a little bit more about him. It's my my fiance, Kayla. So she's going to be joining us for our very special topic that Frank is so excited to talk about.
So excited. I know so much about it.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
The depths of your knowledge are just insane.
The depths of my knowledge on this is so huge that I only had to choose one.
Believe me, it's huge.
It's huge.
I believe it. But so Kayla, welcome.
Yes, welcome to the podcast for the first time.
Thank you for allowing me to do this for most of the time that we've been together.
Yeah.
5 years, so
a
little bit before that.
Well, we started this 4 years ago.
So then, we've been talking about it for the 5 years.
Yes. Maybe even more than 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No. Since we were 7, but whatever, not a big deal. But yeah, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. You're gonna do great, sweetie. You're gonna do great.
So we're gonna do our poll of the pod first, and then get into our main topic of top 5 reality TV shows. But to delve more deep into that, it's mainly going to be more of the Bravo shows with the Housewives. We got two very experienced, knowledged members here of that community.
She is an expert. I'm a novice, but I'm a Bravo boy.
A Bravo
boy. So
is that a term that
it's
goes
not
around?
So it's a term from a podcast I listen to. They call themselves Bravo boys because they're big into Bravo shows because their significant others or the one guy's wife watches a bunch of it.
Yeah.
But I like to think that I made it canon when I met one of the housewives at my job. She came into my old job. I said hello to her. I asked her if I could take like a photo because it was during Kayla's birthday weekend.
I remember
So I asked, I was like, hey, can I take a photo with you? And she's like, yeah, give me your phone. Let me do a video to her. So she recorded a video saying hi to her for her birthday weekend. And I said to her, like, yeah, I'm a Bravo boy, too. And she's like, I love that, Bravo boy. So, in the video, she said, oh, you're Bravo boy Luke. He's so cute, blah, blah, blah. I made it canon inside so I am in the Bravo universe.
Yeah,
yes,
you're in
correct.
the Bravo universe.
Somehow I'm there. But yeah, like we'll get to
her
and everything. But she's on my list.
She's the best.
We are a huge fan of her.
I was gonna say, like, that's mad nice of her to even suggest.
But that's why
a video instead.
When you look at when we look at this list, right?
Yeah.
Reality TV is funny because it kind of teeters like you're not a celebrity, but you are.
Right.
Where you think a lot of these people have a very big chip where they are like stuck up, stubborn, miserable people. That's how I get the notion of Housewives. I watch Housewives and I'm like, none of these women seem like if you saw them in public, they'd be like, hello, like, you know what I mean? Like, they'd be like, like security, like, get them away. Like, they don't have the time of day for it. So, when this housewife that's very down to earth from everything we've ever watched, when she did that and went out of her way, and she even introduced me to her father, I spoke to her father for a few minutes.
Awesome.
Like, one of the coolest interactions I've ever had with a celebrity.
Yeah.
So that was where it, like, because she's a part of all these foundations. She does a lot of like for animals, for humans, like a lot of like cancer screening stuff. She's an amazing person in the show. So then when you see it correlate and her be a really good person on in real life,
like
I was
that she means it.
That's
like,
real, exactly. Yeah, so I was like, you know what, that's a really cool thing to see.
And then we saw her ex-husband on the Parkway.
Yep.
And I'm screaming.
So that same weekend, we went down the shore. That same weekend.
He notice you in the car?
Yeah.
Wait, that's awesome.
That weekend, we went to Brick. We lived down the shore, and all of them are, it's Jersey, so I won't give it away. It's a Jersey housewife. We were driving back up, and on the turnpike, or on the Parkway, I look over, and I'm like...
No, it was me. I was like, is that XYZ? And we're like, it is! I was like, start honking!
So we drove, like, in the same lane, like, in the next lane, and we, like, gave a little, like, deet-deet, and then we were like, and I won't give it away, but we were like, oh my God, we were, like, waving at him. So then we posted it on Instagram and tagged him. We're like, when you see blank on Instagram or on the Parkway going home, and it's like him waving at us, or I don't even remember what it was him doing.
Like a selfie, and I
we did like a wave, like when you honk at him on the Parkway, and then he immediately followed her, and then immediately followed me, and I was like,
DM'd us was like, so good seeing you guys.
Yeah, like it was so nice. Like liked the thing. It was so nice. It was so cool. Yeah.
He still follows us.
That's awesome.
So
so cool.
That was a really cool interaction for me. Someone that I'll be the first one to say, I don't watch this because it's good TV. I watch it because it's just good
entertaining.
Content. It's good content.
It's so good.
It's just, you watch the women fight about the things and the stuff going on, and a lot of it is like, it does make you say like, wow, like, there is so much worse going on in the world when you watch them fight over like, your bag's fake, and you're like,
yeah.
I need more popcorn. You know, like, so, but yeah, it was a really cool experience, and like, that's why, that's why that person's on my list. I think on your list, if I'm not mistaken. But but it'll be good to talk about. So I'm excited.
I'll just say my overall thoughts on what I think about reality TV. When I was first making my list, I was adding ones that are really like kind of game shows too. So I actually refrained of putting them on because I would like to make that its own topic, like top 5 game shows on TV or whatever. So I really only had one, and it made me realize, like, obviously I'm not the biggest fan of reality
TV, yeah.
I'm more into the fantasy and fiction and all that stuff. I see it as very entertaining, a nice escape because it's dealing with problems, but obviously, like you said, not the biggest problem in the world. And I would also say it's one of the few things that's not really divisive in media. Like, everyone's just enjoying watching them fight.
Yeah, until they get canceled for something, and then like in the sense of Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, Dallas was a housewife, like Real Housewives of Dallas, and I think they got canceled because of racial issues or something.
It was
Like,
really? Thing, but
was that recent?
Never really confirmed. No, a couple of years.
No, it was.
COVID,
Yeah, it was
before COVID.
It was before. Maybe right in COVID, because I thought, remember, they were doing mask stuff, and it was right after that. But it was never confirmed. It's one of those unfortunate situations that it was like, oh, everyone... I mean, Real Housewives of Dallas.
And then it never came back, so...
I can only imagine.
Yeah, right.
You know? There's racial tendencies in Texas? Wait a second, no way.
They were great before that.
Yeah, they were good before that, but...
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, it's gonna be good.
That's just really my simple overall thoughts on it.
Well, I also my only one other beef I'll say is that I think this is probably one of the shows that you have on there, but as Jerseyans, New Jerseyans, Central Jersey residents, and people that live in this state, there is one specific show that I hate being tied to wherever we travel.
Without a doubt.
TV. And
without a doubt.
As much as it's great content, and I know for a fact you love it because you just rewatched it recently, right? During the pandemic?
Yeah.
She did like a whole rewatch.
It was like 3
Honestly, I would actually like to do that too.
It's
I would like
great
to do that
show,
too. Yeah.
But it was always unfortunate because you, as someone from Jersey, I know I always hated getting...
Well, right, because then you have South Park episodes being made about how all New Jerseyans are and everything like that. Like, it definitely
I'm also
gave us
I'm putting the nail in the coffin.
Like, one of them is from Jersey.
Exactly.
Right.
Staten Island,
Exactly, yeah. So I'll put the nail in the coffin on myself and say that I did have a GTL shirt, so we'll get into it. But, you know... I wish I was Italian when I was in fucking...
Like
yeah, when I was a sophomore, are you kidding me? I wore a penny every day to school. I'm like, this is fucking cool. Right, but we'll get to it.
We'll get into it
we'll
for
get
sure.
Into it, so.
All right, we're going to do our poll of the pod first, and I honestly really enjoyed making this one. I thought it was a pretty good one, at least. One of my favorite ones. So a little backstory to it, and as if you guys are on YouTube and social media and everything, you probably know this. Pedro Pascal, really big right now, in 2 shows that one just ended, one's still going on right now, Mandalorian and The Last of Us. He's considered the daddy of the internet. And he actually claims it, too. You see interviews of him claiming that he's the daddy of the internet.
They literally hooked him up to the
lie detector test,
lie detector, and they said, they're like, do you ever look at Instagram accounts praising you as a daddy of Instagram? And he's like, no, and it went off. And
yeah.
Okay, maybe when I'm down sometimes I'll look at it. Yeah, it was very funny, but he's a cool dude.
He's a cool dude. Really funny, too.
Yeah.
Did you see him on SNL? And I'm not a fan of SNL, but he was great on it.
Was it good? I'll have to look because I think SNL is absolute.
It's trash.
Dog
it's trash.
Shit. Dog shit.
So the what?
It's bad TV.
I like the Kim one.
The Kim one is good. There's
Kardashian one?
There's selected. The Aubrey Plaza one I heard is hilarious. I heard there's a lot of really funny skits. It's the filler shit they put on there that they think is fun. Like,
sometimes it's funny.
They think they are still funny, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
The only thing they do really good at, for the most part, is look back. Timothy Chalamet with Pete Davidson. Like,
that was classic.
Everyone loved that. It's always when the celebrity comes in. Everything else is like, they think they're being funny, and you're sitting there and you're like, this is unbearable for the most part. But again, I have no one to talk. I'm not on SNL. But
before I get into the question for the poll, I believe SNL at one point wasn't even bringing on celebrity guests.
No,
back in the day, right?
It was either the 2000. No.
Because they didn't need them. They literally had...
No, well, they had... In the 70s
power.
or 80s, they had... Well, with the Adam Sandler times, when they had David Spade, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock,
even
Will
the Will Ferrell days, Chris Farley.
They had... But that was...
That was a different time.
It's a different time because look at all the... there was probably times on SNL, even prior to that, when they had an entire cast of, like, movie stars, comedians that people were, like... selling out to do everything for, in comparison to now, where, not to discredit some of these people, but like when you had Kristen Wiig on it, there was nobody else. When you had, not to say there was nobody else, but you know, like there's ups and there's downs of these people where not all of them are selling out MSG for a comedy show. Not all of them are in.
That's a good point to bring up.
Bridesmaids. Not all of them are.
Because I'll tell you what. I don't think any of them are funny right now.
I think the guy Kyle. I think the guy Kyle is funny. Kyle, what's his name?
The curly-haired guy?
Yes, yeah.
I do like him too,
he's funny because he was a
YouTube
YouTube guy first. He was the YouTube...
was he?
Yeah, I got to show you the video after this. There's a Kyle video that was famous, like, for being just viral and just hilariously, like, awkward.
I wonder if that's how he got the job.
I think that's how he did get the job.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So back to daddies.
Back to Pedro Pascal. The question for the poll of the pod this week was... Who is Pedro Pascal's better TV child, basically? And it was either Grogu from The Mandalorian or Ellie from The Last of Us. Coming from just watching The Last of Us and not being the biggest Star Wars guys, and not Guy, you're big with Star Wars. Just to clarify,
don't speak for me.
I wanted Ellie to win this so bad.
Yeah,
like she stole the show. In that show, bro, she was the best.
So did a literal green child.
They
named the show The Mandalorian, and it very quickly became Baby Yoda on television.
And I'm also not saying I don't like Grogu, but
that's kind of what you're saying.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I love Grogu too, but Ellie was my vote.
Love is a strong word.
What?
You love the baby? You love the child?
I love Baby Yoda
more than Ellie.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Lyanna Mormont or Grogu?
Grogu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't like Ellie that much because she also played Lyanna Mormont.
We're talking about two different people. Mormon and Ellie.
No, they're the same person, same actress.
Yeah, right.
Grogu's never been. She's never been in anything else though. Grogu, or he's never been in anything else, or they, because I don't know the gender of Grogu technically speaking.
Good save.
Yep, of course. Not getting canceled today. No way.
I think Grogu shouldn't have won this because he's like. He doesn't even talk, dude.
But yeah, no shit.
Doesn't
Have you seen Yoda talk?
Yeah.
So, quick Star Wars tangent. Have you watched, oh my god, what is it called? Tales of the Jedi. It was the cartoon show on Disney.
That's the new thing that came out, right?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Really good for filler content to explain some stories that you didn't understand, kind of what happened in between some stuff. So like Clone Wars, the show was made to introduce episodes 2 through 3 and give us content between that.
Right.
This show explained how Count Dooku became a bad guy.
So tell me they showed Yoda as a youngin'.
They showed Yaddle, which is the only other... Yeah, you're not a Star Wars guy. Yaddle, who is another Yoda-like species, but a lot of people were bothered because she was voiced by Dallas Johnson. Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Voiced by her, but it was
And what
all
kind of
in
voice was it?
straight English like this.
Oh, it didn't
So a
sound
lot
like
of
Yoda
people
at
were
all.
like,
Didn't
so a
sound
lot
like
of
Yoda
people
at
were
all.
like, wait a minute, backwards language.
Yeah, right.
She talks like
He
this,
talks
and Baby
normal.
Yoda doesn't talk at all. So people were
I
like,
am
wait a
so
second, what?
curious how
You gotta-
Baby Yoda's, like, what the first
Oh, when he
word's
first
even
talks,
going to be,
people are
how
gonna-
he's going to talk, that's going to be
I
interesting.
can't wait because it's going to be such a funny meme.
You
Like
think
people
that'll
are
be
just
this
gonna,
season? At, like, end of the season?
I don't know. A lot of people are saying that he's going to say "this is the way" as the first words. Which
That would be dope.
Which is
That would
which
be
is
dope.
kind of the way I'm leaning towards it. But who do you think should
Yeah.
be the better child? The show you've never watched, or the show you've watched twice?
Nothing about it. Obviously, Baby Yoda.
Grogu?
Baby
Can you
Yoda.
say Grogu for me?
Grogu.
Grogu. There you
Baby
go.
Yoda.
Yeah. Would you consider adopting a Grogu?
I would.
Okay, great,
I will.
awesome. Good.
I would too, honestly.
So cute.
That would be awesome.
Until he gets to that age where
He has
he's
to stay
you know,
young.
Yeah, just has to stay young. Well, good thing they aged like every 500 years.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
so,
perfect, yeah, so we could get one.
Yoda was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a million years old, so like yeah,
So cute.
there's a good, yeah, we'll be great long term.
So the majority here in this room is for Grogu, and it seems to be the same case for the Instagram users as well, as Grogu won with 53%, but it was close. Ellie had 47%.
It's pretty close.
It was close, very close. I think it was just by like 3 or 4 votes or something, difference sort of deal.
You're
So,
smart people. I commend you. I commend you all. You're very smart, intelligent, beautiful viewers.
All right, we are going to get into our main topic of the day, which is, like I said before, the top 5 reality TV shows, including mainly the Bravo and Housewives.
Yep.
So I guess I'll just take care of mine first
Yeah,
and
do
whatnot,
yours, yeah.
and then you guys will give me the wonderful insight from all the Housewives and
we're
everything like
ready.
that.
The deep dive.
Locked and loaded, baby.
The
Let's
deets,
run
spilling
it.
the tea on
Yep,
all these
that's
people,
it.
as they would say, right? All right, so I forgot I did this. 2 shows, but it's really the same show.
Yeah.
My number 5 is, I guess my number 2 is Jersey Shore Family Vacation.
Oh, yes.
Good show.
And then my number 1 is just Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Jersey Shore Family Vacation, I was very intrigued that they were bringing all of them back together.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what they were all
After
up to
what,
and
like
everything.
5 years or 7 years? It was a
Long
It was,
It was a
I think it was,
long time.
yeah, it was long.
Yeah.
So it was very curious to see where all of them were up to, especially when all the news was coming out about Mike and everything like that. I was like, oh, are they going to have this involved with the show and everything like that? So
Yeah.
very interesting to see. And I really enjoyed the first season.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was. I think a lot of people went into that being like, "Oh, we are
cringe.
jumping the shark with this guy."
Right.
Like we are talking about people that were in their. I mean, were they in their late 20s when they did
20s,
it,
yeah.
and
Without a doubt.
now they're in their like 40s
think
with
Mike
whole
was
ass
the
families and
oldest,
stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Which is funny that Mike was the oldest because he was the most immature one
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's-
ever. But
Ronnie
like,
sucked.
I think Ronnie was pretty immature, but like Mike was immature
think
because he
Ronnie's
just did
just
stupid
stupid.
shit.
Ronnie's
Yeah,
just stupid.
but that's
Ronnie's
yeah.
stupid.
Obviously, Team Sammy.
Team Sammy.
Obviously.
okay, we'll get into that.
Oh, no!
We'll get into that
He
too.
seems like Team Ronnie.
No, I'm not.
I
I'm
don't
not.
know.
Actually, no, I can't be team any of them. I don't like either.
Team
of them,
Duck
to be
Phone.
honest
Team
with you.
Duck Phone. Can I get a hashtag Team
Yeah,
Duck
Team
Phone,
Duck
baby?
Phone.
Let's get it.
What I was gonna say, she's coming back to the show
Yeah,
because
this season.
Ronnie's like out of it right
Wait,
now.
really?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
coming back.
she's coming
They
back.
announced it, yeah.
But I thought the other day they were saying that Snooki and them haven't talked to her. Oh,
She's back.
Oh, wow.
I think she's back for this upcoming season or
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
a couple
that's-
She
episodes
was
or
a
something.
casting, yeah. They
Oh.
had like the video footage in her confessional.
That's
Did they
cool.
really? I didn't
Yeah.
see
There you
that. I
go.
just
Yeah.
saw the announcement for
Because I
it.
follow her on Instagram.
That's cool.
obviously.
Well, we are tied into the whole universe with Buckner.
Buckner.
Nicholas Buckner's older brother is
Dina's
with Dina.
husband.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So we
that's
went to
right.
school with him, and
Yep.
yeah, Dina is married to him with a kid now. 2 kids now.
I think they have 2 kids.
I think they have 2 kids now. Yeah, but Dina's one of the coolest
She's like-
on that
Without a
show.
doubt. She's
'Cause
like
she
the
was
less
very,
drama
She didn't really have much drama
girl,
ever
yeah.
going on. She was very like kind of pure in like what she was doing.
Absolutely.
And then I think on the show they started dating, if I'm not mistaken.
Towards the end.
Towards the end of it, I think they started dating. So like you kind of saw. Or it might have just been Family Vacation, but you started to see him as like their
Yeah, it probably
life
started like
group.
towards the end
Yeah.
of original Jersey
It's kinda-
Shore, and
Like
then
the later episodes.
Yes.
Yes. It just like kind of sucks.
But
now.
it's kind of
Yeah.
they Ronnie and Sam walked so that she could run. You know,
100%.
with,
That's
with
without a
Nicholas
doubt.
Buckner.
Same with Angela. Like people had to leave the show first and
Angelique.
have their problems
Oh my God, I hate
before
her.
Dina even came out. don't like her
I
either
don't like
at all.
Angelina,
Yeah.
no. But
At
isn't
all.
she normal now, or
No,
she's
she
still
looks
crazy?
nuts.
Oh, okay, good.
She looks
No, when they
nuts.
brought her back, when it was a prank that Paulie D and Vinny did,
Yes.
to bring her back to the, I think they were in Miami at the time, and they brought her there, and then she stayed for a night or two, and then they were all like, all right, it's time for you to get the fuck out of here.
And she was like, no, I'm hanging around.
Yeah, and then I guess she snuck her way back in with the crew.
You know what? Enough people tweet about it.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
MTV's like, yeah, we're failing as a company. Put her in, you
I
know?
feel like she never never meshed with them. It was always like them then her.
Well, when did
Yeah.
she come?
You
She
know,
didn't
like-
come in season 1, right?
No,
She was
no,
season...
but
A
neither
Family
did-
Vacation?
neither
Yeah,
did
yeah.
Dina, I thought though.
No, she
I'm
didn't.
talking about
no.
like Family Vacation or Jersey Shore.
No, I'm talking about like Jersey Shore. She didn't come
Oh.
until like season...
Oh,
I
Dina?
thought-
No, later. That
No,
was
but
later.
so Angelina too, right? Or was
later, too,
she
I
was
thought.
like, I thought she was season like...
No.
She was original?
She was an
Original?
original.
Was
And
she?
she
Oh,
left mad early in the show.
Oh, because of
there
the
was so many
situation with
problems.
Mike and stuff.
With Mike, even Paulie was mad at a
and
certain
then she
point.
didn't come back for like 2 seasons or 3 seasons. Then she came back, right?
Actually,
Or-
no, I don't even think she came back at all in the original Jersey Shore. After
She wasn't
that.
in the Italy one?
No,
when they went to Italy?
no,
Not
she
Italy,
wasn't.
no.
Wow. Oh,
No.
there you go.
She was gone for good in that series of it.
I didn't know I was with an expert.
Dude, for being the only reality show that I watched, I loved it. I
Oh, no,
thought
yeah,
it was
I mean,
the most
okay.
Every Jersey
entertaining
person
thing.
loved it, like
Yeah,
to
most
like a small
entertaining thing
degree,
ever.
you know? Yeah, like...
And I've met Mike before
Yeah.
at Mazoo, out of all
Yeah.
places.
I used to
and-
sell sneakers to him and his brother.
Yeah, my
all the
dad.
time,
My
yeah.
dad used to see him and his brother at the gym. They used
Yep.
to go to
At Wow.
Jersey Strong.
They
Yeah,
Workout
where it was
World,
Wow
but
at
yeah, it
first,
was
right?
Workout
Yeah.
World, yeah, Workout
And
World.
then I also
Rest
I
in
didn't
pieces.
meet her, but I also saw Dina in the same freaking shopping center where Mazoo is. It was so weird.
Same
It was-
day?
No, not same day. Not same day.
Just
but-
ran into the whole Jersey Shore cast all
it was
together.
just so interesting. Oh, and the best part was that I didn't really talk to him. I was like on the other side of the room, but I was getting a haircut. I don't even want to say the place because I don't want to blow up his spot. I don't know if he still goes there or whatnot. But I was getting
An
a haircut.
undisclosed location.
Yeah, undisclosed location.
in Jersey.
In Freehold, I'll give you that little Easter egg. But he got a haircut like right by me and everything, and like you know, I think you know the place, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, can I give you another hint? Should I just say it?
Great
Doesn't
cuts.
matter. No, whoa.
Kidding.
Are you nuts? Are you nuts?
That's a debate I've had with way too many men about, like, you need to find a good haircut place. I know you got to pay a little bit more money, but, like, you can't go to Great Cuts. I'm sorry. Like, it's not...
I think you're even saying it wrong. That's
Isn't
how.
it like
Isn't it
Great
Great
Sport
Clips?
clips.
Yeah.
Sports clips
Yeah.
and Great Clips.
Yeah.
There's
You're
two of them.
wrong.
There's two
I think
different
it's
ones.
Great Cuts.
No.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Sport Cuts.
It's not great.
It's definitely
so.
Great
Sport
clips.
clips.
Great
It's
clips.
clips for sure.
There's two
Great
of them.
clips.
Great
Word
clips
clip
and
is
sports
there.
clips.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sports store.
Should I just say it?
No.
No, should I not?
People hanging.
Put in the comments below if you think you know what it is.
Yeah, true. But I do want to tell you this because you would love this place. They sell apparel and everything there too.
No.
It is awesome.
Sorry, what was
Awesome
that? What was
spot.
that? No, I have a really good barber up in Cranford,
Cranford,
and so in my flag football team that I play with now.
Yeah.
This is year 2. We won the championship. Not to brag, of course we did.
Congratulations.
I'll bring in the trophy one day if I ever hold on to it. But
You got to bring it to the draft.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
wear my jersey. I'll wear my everything. If you want a signed autograph, you just contact me. Let me
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But I was playing with a guy, shout out Mike. So Mike Sheehan is my barber, and he was on my team. And I knew he cut hair, but I had a guy down here that I used for a while, and it was fine. I just was like, all right, I need a little bit more like consistency in my scheduling. So I was like, I'm gonna go to him. I tried him once and paid $50 for a cut, but like 35 of that is for the cut.
Right.
Then it's a $10 tip.
Yeah.
And then you have the option to tip them $5 because you do a shampoo before, and then you do a wet.
Oh,
they'll
wow,
give you a towel afterwards.
I
and
do
then
the
they'll
towel thing before
Yep.
they do.
So
you
they
the
they
and
do
all that
shampoo
too?
your
I need
hair
to do that
first,
too. That
and
sounds
then they
awesome.
do like a hand massage.
What?
So like that's what I'm saying. I'm like $50 is
$50,
like
that's pretty good.
Yatted.
But like, yeah, Mike is no, it's not Mike. No. Their receptionists do that. Mike is not
Oh,
massaging.
okay.
Like,
Receptionist.
calm down. It's not, that's their job. It's not anything more. But like for $50, that's a good like.
I think that's a good
If
deal.
you get a good cut for $50, you can get a good cut at another place.
Yeah.
But it's just like women have a nails place, a hair place,
Yeah.
this, and they pay like $1,000 after all is said and done. We as men can have a $50 place to go get a haircut.
Without a
Or
doubt.
35, $40. You can pay up. We don't pay up for much.
Right, exactly.
So
exactly.
prioritize your hair, you know what I mean? But
Oh my god.
I wish your haircut was $50.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
It's not $50.
It's not. But so sport clips, right? That was where
Sports
you were.
clips.
It's definitely sports clips.
I think the moral of that story is that always tip your barber well.
Always tip your barber.
Always tip
well.
your barber
Always
well.
tip your barber.
So
I used to get my
big
barber.
rule of mine
I used to get
that
my
I live
barber
by.
back in the day, like for the holidays. I'd get him a bottle of something, like just every.
See, I haven't done that, but I would especially during the holidays. I'll tip them a little
if
bit
you
more
keep,
anyway.
if you have a good barber though, that's like you do the little things like that. They'll always go out of their way to
Squeeze you
prioritize you if
Without a
you
doubt.
need something. Where like one time I booked too late, Mike needed to move me around, and he fit me in between things and like
Hell
didn't
yeah.
rush it. Still like did a great
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
So like once you shout out Corey Matthews in Cranford. They also have a Westfield location. So clip this.
Shout them out. Yes, I'll
Adam.
clip it.
Clip it and Adam.
Alrighty, so I'll go down my top 5 favorite characters in Jersey Shore.
Well, let's do our top 5s of the shows, and then you can do your characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, off reality, I'll give an honorable mention to Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
And I would also give an honorable mention to Vanderpump. I know we're not.
so good.
Vanderpump Rules, so it's a.
Never heard of that.
So it's a house.
Never heard of
He's
that.
not in the Bravo universe.
Crazy.
Vanderpump is there's a restaurant called Sir in LA, and Lisa Vanderpump is the owner, right?
Yes.
Of multiple businesses in the LA area. She's super wealthy. They're like restaurant
wealthy.
tours like in LA and
They have like 20 plus locations around the country.
Wow.
yeah.
they're
So they've got tons of money, and she's a housewife. She's on my list,
She used to
but
be Beverly Hills.
she used to be one of the housewives on the show, and then she just basically went all the way to Vanderpump, which is like her
Well,
own
There
show.
was drama in Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she just dipped.
So she left.
She didn't want to deal with it.
No, she didn't show up to the reunion, which means you're automatically fired.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
So,
doing
No.
that, no.
but she doesn't need to because of how
like,
much
she's like, I don't
money
give
and
a
the
shit.
status that she has. And so Vanderpump is basically the staff. Certain staff members at the restaurant Sir
Will
and
be
people
like-
outside of it
Yeah.
are the main characters in this
Gotcha,
show.
gotcha.
And it's basically for the past however many seasons, it's them
10 years.
hooking up, marrying, going through drama, fighting on vacations, doing all that stuff. So Vanderpump is another.
It's a really good show.
Is most of the drama in that show dealing with like restaurant problems and everything like
no,
that?
it started off like that. They were all waiters, waitresses, and
Because that's a
bartenders.
cool
bartenders,
concept
yeah.
to me.
It's
I like
so
that.
good.
No,
But
it's
like
yeah.
LA, so obviously it's like chaotic.
Without a
Yeah,
doubt.
it's
yeah.
LA drama,
And it
you
started
know.
off like so simple, like they were all dating, and like this one cheated with that one, but they were young in their 20s.
and they
like,
were in
whatever.
these shit
Right.
apartments
now they're, like,
and
30 years old,
houses,
$1 million homes,
yup,
and now
nice
they're cheating,
cars.
some of them. Well, there's a scandal right now.
well,
Oh, boy.
why don't you give us some give the viewers some insight on the scandals?
I would love to.
So,
Tom and Ariana,
who are together? Tom was a staff member and
Can you
was
give me a second?
well. I'm explaining.
Ariana came on in the later seasons. Tom was originally dating Katie.
Okay.
Katie cheated on Tom. They were both very toxic.
Okay.
They should not have been dating, but they were poor. They couldn't live. You know, they had to be together. She's like, we shared a DVR. We couldn't break up. Like, chaotic mindset. She's crazy. I love her, though. So Tom and Katie were dating for almost 10 years. Like, these
Okay.
people are, like, older. Tom is. Katie cheated on Tom with Jax, who Jax was dating Stassi at the time, and it came out later on. So they broke up. Stassi and Jax.
Okay. I was about to say, was it a double cheat at the same time?
Kind of like a double cheat situation.
Double cheat
Whoa,
situation.
double
But
Not a
it's-
double cheat situation.
So then Katie and Tom eventually broke up. So they're separated.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, before they broke up, though, Ariana came into one of the seasons. I don't remember which one.
Mm-hmm.
And now Ariana and Tom were just like hanging out, and then all of a sudden they started dating right away. So Katie was like, "You were definitely hooking up
with Ariana.
with my boyfriend while we were still together."
and Ariana and Tom have been together a very long
They've been
time now,
together
but
almost
they
10
don't have
years.
intentions of getting
She doesn't
married.
have kids, and she doesn't want to get married. She has no interest in it. She made it very
But she just
clear.
wants to be together. Like basically,
They're basically
just
married.
them.
Right,
Just basically
right.
married without getting married. It's a very LA concept of
Yeah, sure.
very free, go with the flow, whatever. But
So
Interesting,
no-
okay.
So it comes out now, almost 10 years later, that she kind of was like cheating, I guess, Ariana with Tom, but like not actually, because it was like murky water, you know.
Uh-huh.
it was like they were on
So
a break
now-
and they'd hook up or
Yeah.
like a
But they
situation
denied
like
it
that.
so aggressively
Yes.
for so long. It's like, all right, whatever. So now it comes out, this girl Raquel Okay, Raquel's new. Her real
New
name's
girl,
Rachel.
okay.
Yeah.
So Raquel was with James Kennedy, who's
I'm
a
getting
DJ
there.
of the show. Okay.
Raquel was a fan.
Been sidelined.
And she fanned her
was a
way in. She
fan?
was a fan,
Wow,
guys. She was a
okay.
fan.
Okay.
She snuck her way in to see a concert at James Kennedy. He hosts like a weekly show or concert.
James Kennedy is like a not so great.
He's
LA
hilarious.
DJ.
He's awful, but
He's
he's
this
so
British
funny.
dude.
British
You've
guy.
probably seen him before. Like
He's a nutcase, but nonetheless, he hosts a See You Next Tuesday. That's the name of the show he does every Tuesday at Sir.
Okay.
And it brings in people. He's like a DJ, whatever.
Yeah,
so
it's
she
like the
went.
concept.
She met him and they started dating. But James has cheated on her multiple times, so they end up getting engaged like 2 or 3 years ago.
yeah.
Okay, so Raquel and James are engaged. Tom
Okay.
and Ariana are together.
Uh-huh.
It comes out 2 weeks ago that Raquel, who broke it off with James,
They didn't end up getting married.
She
They
broke
were
it
going
off.
to. They broke it off. He was a very toxic guy, and
Yeah.
she's very
It
quiet.
sounded like
She plays, if you
Wild.
watch it, she plays a very like quiet and nice and very bubbly
And James is some,
personality.
like,
And James is an
crackhead.
aggressive, had an alcohol problem, was an
Yeah.
alcoholic, all this
What
different
it
stuff.
sounds like to me is that he was dating her and like trying to marry her and everything just to maybe just take advantage and he could do whatever he wants.
Kind of, but
I
like
think
he.
they did love each other, but
yeah.
again, toxic. Like he cheated
Yeah.
on her
They
multiple
did love each
times.
other, but he's one of those guys that does whatever he wants, and then he expects
He'll, like,
like I
gaslight
can
you.
get away with it and
Right.
gaslight you and be like, well, you know what, I'm James Kennedy, and it's like he's not even on the same status as some of the people we're going to talk about, but he thinks he's like
I love him as a character. I love
Oprah,
him.
Jesus Christ, James
Kennedy.
Kennedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know,
Well,
so
it's that arrogance in people
Yes,
that
yes,
make
it
it
is, yeah.
very interesting and
Yeah.
even funny sometimes.
So
you know?
it gets
So
good. Are you
so
ready?
Tom and Ariana are this water bottle.
Okay.
They're together,
James
not married.
and Raquel
Break up.
split.
Yeah.
It comes out 2 or 3 weeks ago that
Raquel.
Raquel and Tom have been secretly hooking up for 7 months.
While
Say 7
17 years.
But 7 months still crazy.
But
Okay.
what gets crazier is that it was going on in the same house that Ariana lived in. Like she'd be sleeping in this room,
Yeah.
and Tom and Raquel would be hooking up.
Holy shit.
They started wearing lightning bolt necklaces, and that's their way of telling each other they love each other.
Whoa.
Are you okay?
Okay.
So then,
So they all
Tom,
hung
an
out in the
asshole,
same group. They all were
all in the
always
same
together
friend-
in the same group. So Raquel was always around, and Ariana
Right.
was someone that's a little
Which
bit
makes
more.
the situation even more
Right.
So
sucky
Ariana,
when, like, shit gets found
Ariana's a
out.
very Ariana has very bad anxiety, right? Like
I guess.
So well, I thought the whole thing they portrayed in the show is that if she's like tired or whatever, she'll go to bed. She's not someone that'll stay up and rage. She goes away.
Mm-hmm.
So they were saying like. She would be like, all right, I'm done for the night, guys. I'm hanging out. And this guy, Tom, who's just like, I'll stay up till 5 a.m. I don't
He
care.
thinks he's like some innovator. He's
Yep.
such a loser.
So like
It's
he's
so
one of
sad.
those like I created WeWork kind of a guys. Like he's got a band now. He's like a cool dude, LA cool dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Butt
okay.
wipe tee, wearing the rounded off tee
But,
and
like,
the guy
having
like
a
to
good,
wipe
like,
his ass.
crisis.
So she would leave and then he would stay up and hang out with everyone. He'd kick everyone else out and then they'd hook
Well, we
up.
don't know that. I don't know where you learned that, but
I'm
That's probably just like
just painting
the
a scenario.
assumption, maybe.
Just painting a scenario.
Painting a scenario
Yeah.
with it.
Okay,
Okay.
continue.
Okay.
nonetheless. So now they picked up cameras again. So now they're filming all this and they're forcing them to talk about it, like this entire crew.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Team Ariana.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So the show ended without the content, right? Like they were gonna
like,
wrap.
It
They were
just,
gonna.
like the season ended. You
But
know, like,
then-
normal season. But then this came out.
So this came out and they were
So
like,
now-
we're going back to
Yes.
filming.
Yeah, like,
so now
everyone
they're
get back to
extending
work.
the season.
And so they like fast tracked the season from when it was originally supposed to premiere again to like right now. Like this
Well,
has
it's
to be
now
shown
still
now.
going on. There's still like a couple episodes
Bless.
left, but
Thank
now
you.
they're gonna add on to them. Like they're gonna like chop
Yep.
up, I guess.
Oh.
parts
And
add
so,
episodes.
Okay.
also one thing
Bonus
I'd like to
episodes.
clarify. Do you know
Bonus
who Andy?
spice.
Yeah. Do you know who Andy Cohen is?
Yeah, he's the guy that does the reunions and everything.
Yeah.
So
right?
Andy
Yeah.
Cohen. This is kind of Andy Cohen is the Kevin Feige of this.
Yes, I know that.
So
yeah,
Andy
yeah.
Cohen controls all of these shows, all of the reunions. He's the executive producer of everything, right?
He doesn't have as much. He always says he doesn't have as much say in everything as
But
people think. he does.
I feel like he does.
But like, who knows?
I think
Yeah.
he's the Kevin Feige of this universe.
Well, yeah,
I think he's
loves
definitely
Andy.
stirring the pot a lot.
Yeah,
especially
I
in
mean,
the reunion.
Well, he
I mean, he's
controls.
asking the
Oh, he
questions,
controls
bringing up
the.
stuff.
Yeah, he controls the narrative. He controls
Without a
all
doubt,
the.
without
I
a
think he's
doubt.
the puppet master behind everything. That's me.
Yeah,
because
I'm sure.
Kevin
Yeah.
Feige is the guy that runs all of Marvel.
All of
so
Marvel,
he's the
yeah.
genius behind all of like where the shows go, who directs them, who
Yeah.
does that. So that's Andy Cohen is the comparison.
Wow.
But yeah, so Vanderpump,
What a-
all of these Bravo shows fall under Andy as the main guy. So like
Yeah.
Vanderpump, they do reunions for them. Same thing with Summer House and Winter House, which Summer House is a show based in Montauk, right? Hamptons, where all of these people from the city, same kind of concept as Vanderpump, but all these friends would rent a house in Montauk over the summertime.
Yeah.
Hamptons. They'd all rent a house in the Hamptons, and they'd stay there, and it was the videos, kind of like Jersey Shore, but like a
Yeah.
little bit bougier of like the drama going on, who's
They
hooking
go
up
to the
with
same
who.
house every summer.
It was the same house for a couple years. Then they switched houses, and now it's that new house.
it's a
Like
new house, yeah.
I think they've upgraded every couple of years to like a bigger. They have all got more money. When they were first doing it,
Vanderpump, by the way, sounds like Gucci to me. That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like. Just like
Yeah.
that last name.
Yeah.
You know
like
what
house.
I mean?
Oh no, yeah, it's Lisa
wealthy.
Lisa Vanderpump.
It sounds it.
I think
It
she's in the
sounds it
top
big
5
time.
of most wealthy housewives of all
Yeah,
time,
like
if
she
I'm
has
not
real
mistaken. Like
money.
she's got real
Wow.
money.
Her house
Yeah.
is insane. Like,
Oh, yeah, her.
multiple ventures.
And we'll talk about it on some of the other ones that we have, but that's Vanderpump.
I have to say, I think you explained that very well.
Good job.
And a little confusing, obviously, with
Yeah,
a whole
Well,
bunch
you
of
have
things
no
going on,
clue who
because I
these
have no
people
clue.
are.
We're
Yeah.
like
I have
inside
no
of it too. Yeah, it's chaotic.
Right, yeah.
This is
but-
kind of like one of my
alright.
rants, you know, my
It's-
tangents that Frank's
that
just
was
like.
spice.
Yep, great. So Vanderpump is one of those honorable mentions, just like Jersey Shore.
yeah.
We just started watching Southern Hospitality, which is
So good.
It's another just Bravo show. It's about
It's like a Vanderpump Rules.
it's a Vanderpump, but in
watered
South
down.
Carolina. South Carolina.
South Carolina. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's fine. It's another show to just put on and
Yeah.
kind of just scroll and whatever. And then my other two honorable mentions are Atlanta, Housewives of Atlanta, and Housewives of Miami. She loves Miami and she'll get to Miami, but personally, like, I don't watch as much Miami. I love it because like I know how much she loves it, but I just like I'm not as versed in it as some of the other ones that I've watched like with her. So I'm like there, but I'm not, you know. And then Atlanta.
The Atlanta one, I feel like is one of the more popular ones.
Atlanta
right?
is
So
Atlanta
good.
is
Yeah.
so there's a couple that are like cult classics,
Yeah.
and then there's a couple that are like just like popular.
Right.
So like we'll get to some of the popular ones, but like Potomac and Atlanta are like I would say not as popular, but they're cult classics to like the housewife people that love them. They're like we love Potomac, we love Atlanta, you know,
Potomac
like
is slept on.
yeah. So like. She'll be the expert to talk about those. But those are my honorable mentions, so I'll let you... Do you have any honorable mentions you want to talk about? Or
Potomac.
Potomac. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So why is Potomac good?
It's just amazing.
It's just amazing.
They're all amazing. She loves
Drama
this
they
entire...
bring to it, like I can't even describe it. And like they're not even in Potomac; they're like an hour away from it. But it's like the biggest city that's closest to all of them. And you'll just see like the dynamics are so different. I just love.
So the bases of
They're
Housewives
crazy.
are obviously just wealthy people in a
And, like,
certain...
Oh,
Potomac,
yeah, yeah,
like, isn't
I know that,
wealthy
yeah.
Either. It's not
No.
like unattainable wealth is like Beverly Hills in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like Miami, insane money. Potomac is like attainable wealth.
Yeah.
Like people could definitely get like there's people that live like in this town. that
I
could
always
have that
laugh.
same
I
level.
always laugh because when you look at Housewives, it's Housewives... Dallas, Miami, Atlanta, but then you get to like New York and New Jersey, and it's the whole city or the whole state. So it's
Yeah.
the whole
Right,
state
yeah,
for New
very
York and
true,
New Jersey,
yeah.
and then everything else is just a city headquartering.
I got-
But it's because like for Dallas, they're not going to do Housewives of San Antonio. You
They
know
tried
what I
doing
mean? Like,
Housewives of Austin, I think, and it
Yeah.
just like ended up like flopping.
well,
I
they
feel
like
any big city or
They can do
whatever,
it
they're gonna
anywhere,
try
yeah.
to
Yeah.
do
Well,
that,
like for
right?
Jersey, they're all in Franklin Lakes. Like you're not going to do Franklin Lakes.
no,
they all, like,
yeah,
ended up moving.
Housewives of
anyways. Stupid.
Housewives of Hamilton, like
Yeah, like
Right.
yeah.
Has a nice ring to it,
Nice
but
ring to it,
probably
no.
not.
Yeah,
No, but that was funny. Back to like the Feige universe of the Andy Cohen. T-minus 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the biggest announcement was that they were bringing back Miami. They were adding Salt Lake City and Dubai, and then they were bringing back what other show got?
I don't remember.
whatever one it was. But it was funny because it was the same thing with Marvel where we get our phase loadout. They got this loadout.
They got a Bravo loadout.
And we got Miami coming back. And it was so funny because you saw all the
Miami. Honestly, it's insanely so popular.
Oh,
so,
dude.
Of course,
really
and, announcements like that are going to be used.
And Salt Lake City was kind of the slept on one. People were really excited. And
then
then
slept on. It was really good. And then they ended up, one of the women ended up going to jail.
Jen Shaw.
Like a month and a half ago for like stealing from old people.
Yeah.
But, like she's in
one of
there
those
for, like,
phone
15 years.
scams, one of those phone
She was running
scams.
the top one. Yeah,
she
like
was
the
running.
FBI was
Yep.
onto her.
Bro, you didn't know
shit,
this?
Like crazy.
No, dude.
But so
yeah.
season 1 and 2 was great. Season 3, it should have been all about Jen going to jail for like robbing millions of people.
But it wasn't like
and
any
they
of
talked
that.
about it like twice, but they arrested her on camera.
Yep.
Season
in
2.
season 2, the
They
end of
had her
season
on
2.
camera when the FBI
Did they try to
with guns
keep
were
it?
out.
No,
What?
bro.
Yes.
So they were
Guns
going
out
on a
in her
trip.
kid's
They were
face,
going
get
on
out
a
of the
trip.
house, get on the ground. Yes, they got all this. Like the FBI pulled up on Bravo.
Yeah.
It was like, where is Jen Shaw? And she made up some lie that, Coach Shaw, who is her husband, he's in the hospital. I have to go. She was like, unmic me right now.
Yeah,
and then
someone
she answered her phone. And then she left
because someone told her that they were coming. Someone went
Yeah,
because
someone
they went to
called.
her house and she was getting on a bus for like a girls trip.
Yeah.
Away from the house. Someone went to the house, told her the cops are there. She
The
then
guy
just
that ended up flipping on her was the guy that took her. It was like, we'll go. I don't know where they ended up going, but then the FBI got a hold of her. It was like, you need to meet us here, or it's gonna get like bad.
Yeah, like
So,
you're
like-
evading the FBI.
Yeah.
Right.
So then she eventually,
boy.
got brought in, blah blah blah, attorneys, and it's all happening out of New York, and like. I don't know why it's out of New York, but she had to go back and forth between Utah and New York for all these, I guess, hearings and appointments, and all her attorneys are over there.
And none of this is being like broadcasted, like in the
it-
show.
no, it's
Oh,
filmed, but
It
like
is
yeah,
filmed,
yeah.
okay.
But the women didn't want to talk about it, which
Because they were like friends with her, right?
And
They were,
like separate, so they would like throw digs. Like, at least I'm not going to jail. Like, okay, like if you're gonna
Yeah.
say that, talk about it.
But then
Yeah,
but then there was
Yeah.
drama this last season about
then the
her
whole
punching
thing-
the girl.
yeah,
like,
but
there's
that's-
a-
yeah, but like whatever. That's not as big as going to jail.
Well, of
for
course not, but she
15
hooked
years.
someone. Like, there's a chance she
Allegedly.
like.
But Andy was like, "Why aren't you guys talking about this?" They're like,
Right.
"Well, like we don't know for sure." And then when she got like sentenced,
6
it was like,
years.
"So now what? 15 years." They're like, "So
Holy
what side are you on now? Like, do you believe it or not?"
But that was the thing. It was like
Crazy.
all of them, all of
now
them.
they're gonna really talk about it.
Yeah.
probably.
But that's the
But it-
crazy
it's
thing
on hold now
because
for a little, though.
yeah, well they all
because of
had
it?
yeah,
But
well,
they're not gonna wait 16 years for this woman. But
No,
they're gonna
no.
have to replace. She was such a big personality.
Yeah,
she was like the villain
yeah.
of it.
Nah,
find another
what's her
villain.
name was the villain?
she
Fucking
was.
Mary, piece of shit. I hated that. I didn't even put her on my least favorite, but she's on there. Mary, what's her name?
I don't remember.
The worst. This just
weird. She married her grandpa.
She married her
boy.
grandpa, and she was stealing money from the church.
Yeah, but those were dropped. The charges.
She was stealing money from the church.
She definitely was. She was a nutcase.
She was stealing money from the church. I don't care if they were dropped or not.
some of them are like so slimy to me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
criminally
Like
slimy.
you're so-
Oh no, yeah, bro. If you
Say,
watched,
like,
I
what
mean,
the
you
hell?
would never be able to watch this. Like you wouldn't.
You think I'd just be pissed off?
You
like,
would just
what
be
is-
so.
Yeah.
You would watch it and you'd be like, I just don't like these people.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah. What
Be
the
like,
hell?
no, I'm good. I'm very good on this.
What was like the very first Bravo like reality housewife show was?
New York?
You know?
New York. Yeah.
Was it New
And
York?
It was supposed to be called something else, not Real Housewives of New York. I don't remember what it was supposed to be
It
called.
was New York and then Jersey, or was it
No,
New
it
York
was New York and then I thought it was New York and then Orange County.
and then it was Jersey?
But Orange County like kind of like blazed. New York started off as a different show.
Yeah.
And then Orange County started, and then New York became a housewife.
Yep.
Okay,
It,
gotcha.
like switched titles. I don't know, like that part I'm like blurring on.
Yeah.
But, like Orange County and New York really like set the tone.
And then Jersey came right after that?
I don't know when Jersey came around. It's been out for a long time.
It's been a while, dude.
Yeah.
It fit 10 seasons
at minimum.
at minimum. Yeah.
Okay, so 10 years.
Because they were, bro. They were. I mean,
not- it's gotta be
in
more than 10
2007, I thought they were like
I need to
around
look.
kind of a thing.
Well,
But yeah,
that's okay.
Well,
yeah, go. Because I was gonna say I'll do my 5, 4, and 3. Then you'll do your 5, 4, and 3, and then I'll do 2, 1, and she could do 2, 1, and then we'll
Started in
get to it.
2009.
Yeah, there you go.
2009.
Yep.
I am shocked that Jersey was like one of the first ones that, like, I wouldn't have expected
No,
that
dude,
before they
Jersey's
expanded to all these other
personalities,
places.
bro.
Yeah, it's a
I know, but like,
Salt Lake City has money, but they don't have personality like Jersey does. You know what I
we
mean?
know that. But that's what I'm saying. That like, obviously, like, say it didn't exist nowadays, and both of us are like, we got to pitch this to them.
Yeah.
because obviously
Oh,
it
of
would work
course.
out. But like someone that's not from Jersey, it's like, why the fuck
Well,
focusing
yeah.
on
Well,
Jersey
I think
of all
Jersey has
places?
such a bad rap with people from like the Long Island, Staten Island coming over to Jersey.
I wouldn't
kind
even
of a
say
thing.
bad rap. I just feel like it's just so random.
Did
to
I hit
me.
a nerve?
No, not at all.
No, but I know what you mean. But at the same time, you look at it, right? Dallas might seem like it's got more oil money and old
Right,
money.
that's what I'm
But at the
saying.
same time, Dallas, if I'm thinking even unbiased from Jersey,
Yeah.
if I'm thinking Dallas, I'm not I'm thinking like, oh, like there might be some entertainment with like that, like Southern hospitality, Southern twang, fun, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at Jersey and I'm like, I know how Jersey people are. Like,
That's
not
because
even.
we know how. Like, if
No,
you're
I-
from Utah, you
You're
don't
not gonna
necessarily
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think
Like,
everyone
I guess,
knows.
Like, each, like, side of the country, like,
Yeah.
has a vibe.
I just think we
Yeah.
have
How
a rap.
California is, you know, like,
Yeah,
Right,
I just
right.
think Jersey has a rap that people know New Jersey. Like
Well, that's
it's
because of
partially
Jersey
because of
Shore,
Jersey
dude.
Shore.
I don't think people would have really known it at all if it
Yeah.
wasn't for Housewives of Jersey and Jersey Shore and whatever else reality
Yeah.
TV's going
Yeah,
on in
I
Jersey.
agree.
You know,
besides, like, our accent, that's it. Like,
you want to know what's crazy? I really don't think we have a bad accent.
we.
I don't think we have an accent.
I don't
but
think
when
we-
you go out of state.
No,
like, I went to
we-
school in Florida,
we-
and they're like, your accent's crazy. I'm like, you should do something with my friends.
No, yeah, we have an accent.
I guess we do.
Like
I guess we
Yeah.
do.
everywhere you go has
There's
an
gonna be a
accent.
different
Like
accent.
I'm,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
going
yeah.
to Louisiana in a couple weeks. Like I can't wait for the people to be like, hey, but why you sound like you got it? Like
What you want to know? What's going to be funny? They're going to know right away that
where
you're
we
from
are.
Jersey.
Yeah, of course.
Right
And I'll be
away.
like, are you from here?
Like that alone.
Are you from
Yeah.
Are you from Louisiana? Is that where that accent's from? It's not New York
Go back
City.
to your list.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry to diverge into that.
Look at this she's putting me back on track. So I'll do my 5, 4, and 3. So my 5 is Orange County, my 4 is New York City, and my 3 is Salt Lake. So
Okay.
all of them are ones I've watched. I've enjoyed all of them. Salt Lake's been more fun recently. I like a lot of the more recent Housewives stuff because some of the older stuff, I mean, it's older, the content's
Not
a
as
little bit.
relevant,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like, it is always funny to look back and see like what they were wearing because like in the
God.
2007s, 2012,
Yeah, that-
2013,
you could probably get a good laugh
we're looking
maybe
at
out
it,
of
we're
it,
like,
too.
why did we think that was a good outfit? Where
Right,
now
right.
it's nice because a lot of them dress really well now because they like know, of
course.
I can't be getting away with like a plaid
They know the
plaid
trends, man.
skirt
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a
They-
you know
yeah,
like an
yeah.
orange
They-
t-shirt kind of
listen,
a thing.
They might be able to slip and go to jail, but they're not slipping on what they're wearing. They're making sure they're good for
Dude,
that
when
camera.
but that's the one like cool thing about it too. Like I know she loves watching these shows for
The fashion?
the fashion and the money and like how
love
they
the money.
spend their wealth kind of a thing. Like she loves money. That's why she's marrying me. I'm loaded apparently. But yeah, New York is fun. New York's on there because it's one of the better ones. I know she's got New York on her list, I think, but
No. That's
no?
good for me.
Oh wow, there you go. New York, but like New York for me is like not a top one for me. I'll watch it. I'm fine with it. I don't love the cast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these shows when they have a good cast that just stays around, that's good because we love them.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that have like a rotating chair of like bringing in this person, bringing in this person, bringing in this person. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, like when are we gonna have just like a regular staff that just
I think I would rather it be the same cast because you
Yeah.
see them evolve. And
yeah, you can
learn
add
from
or
whatever.
subtract one or two. Like Jersey has a very, very similar cast every year. They like subtract one and then they'll add like two.
I
But
would say it's the shows that are getting low ratings that they start revolving
Yeah.
the cast.
Yeah,
definitely.
they, like,
Yeah.
Or if like I think Dubai didn't do as well as
Dubai
they
was so
wanted it to
bad.
be,
Oh my God.
and it's because again it's like it's Dubai. Like that's not even relevant to
It just, like,
us.
Yeah,
it
that's
just
true,
wasn't
too.
good.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good.
Yeah,
you know?
just like,
it sucked.
but it's like also like we're talking about like the funny stuff that we're dealing with about like New York, New Jersey, L.A., Miami, Atlanta, whatever. Then you're like, oh, Dubai.
Dude,
Yeah.
like,
I
I
can't-
tried showing like their wealth, and that's all the show's
Yep.
on, and they
It-
would argue about money. Like
Yep.
that's not like entertaining to me. Like,
It was
wow,
like, oh,
they're
my
so rich.
yeah.
Like
Right.
I can't even like fathom. Like,
Which
the money
like
they
Jersey
have,
does a
you know?
good job talking about their money in a subtle way. Like you see
Sure.
their house, you're like, holy shit. You see their cars, you're like, holy shit.
But they were loud
Dubai
about
would be
it.
like, my $12 million investment fell through, so I had to put another 35 in, and you're like,
I'm like,
what?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
And
yeah.
then,
what? Like-
and then you're in Dubai. Like I'm never
Yeah.
going to Dubai. You
Right,
know?
right.
Like,
Which
I can
again,
go to Potomac if
yeah,
I want.
yeah. Some people probably loved it, but like I know it wasn't for you. I know I didn't. I watched like one.
And
or two
that's
I was
off
like,
now, right? That's
I
not-
think they got renewed for a second season.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So
But
they'll
it's
do
on
another
Peacock,
one.
That's-
not on Bravo.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So Peacock is
They
Bravo
are
affiliated.
expanding
Who Peacock?
their universe.
Peacock?
Going to Peacock.
The Peacock?
The Peacock universe.
Peacock universe?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like Peacock.
You like Peacock?
That's all my shows.
I like all the streaming services, honestly. I don't think there's one that I don't like. Like, I talked about it a while ago. I like Hulu. I hate Netflix. You know that.
Thank you.
I was just waiting for.
Everything.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to
I
hear.
know you were waiting for it.
Yeah, I was waiting
I
for
like
it.
5 shows on Netflix. My bad.
I
And
only like
Seinfeld's
about
on
3.
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Used to
I'm
be on
talking
Hulu.
just original
Used to be on
content.
Hulu. Whatever.
Anyway.
I like 5 shows. Oh, Loves Wednesday Addams show.
Oh, so good.
It was so good.
Right? Yeah.
So
I really
good.
liked it.
Yeah, she was ripping on
She was
Wednesday.
really good.
No, but
But she was ripping on Wednesday as far as like she kind of hated how big it got and everything like that.
Jenna
Yeah,
Ortega.
I don't understand why.
She's kind of an introvert. She's
Yeah,
like an Aubrey
without a
Plaza
doubt.
kind of a person where she's like, I didn't want it to be that big. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You made a TV show that went on the biggest streaming platform on the world.
People are so weird.
No, I was making fun of it.
She
'cause
hated the dance.
He
that,
likes.
that
Oh,
went
the
viral.
dance,
She
yeah.
hated that
He
went
likes.
viral.
But she's the one who did it, though.
She's the one that created
Like,
it.
she created the dance. She's like, I hated it. It's like,
And
come
she
on,
did. She
bro.
even did a
Like,
pretty good job on SNL. She was
SNL,
just
yeah.
recently on it too.
Well, I'm laughing at you because you said you liked it, but you gave it a bad rating.
No, I
You
didn't. I
called
gave
it
it
a
7.
CW show.
It's a CW feel to it.
It does have a feel.
It
It does.
You're just
It
gonna
does
disagree
have
with me?
CW.
You're just gonna disagree with me the whole show?
Look, I'll tell you what.
Everything.
To the people I talked to about Wednesday, they agreed with me, dude.
Your friends are dumb. I hate you.
I'm just saying, man.
So Hulu
What's your next one?
is really good with documentaries. Would you disagree? Like biopics, documentaries, stuff like that. They got rid of a lot of their.
I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't know.
They got
I'm
rid of a
barely
lot
on
of their
Hulu.
original content, and now they're just doing a lot of biopics. Like they did the Chippendales one, like the drama
yeah,
behind
I've
Chippendales,
heard that,
the
yeah.
Tommy and Pam thing.
Yeah, with,
Pamela
what's his
Anderson.
name?
So they're
Sebastian
doing a lot
Stan,
more of
yeah.
that side of the realm now because they see it's like, well, we can't compete with Netflix, we can't compete with Disney Plus.
But that's
Peacock.
cool that they're
But, like,
doing that.
I
they're,
love
like,
that.
Not user friendly though. Like if you
No, they
stop
are-
in the middle of like an episode, it like disappears.
Yep.
Like you have to start
On
all over
Hulu?
again.
Really?
On Hulu,
Yeah.
yeah. It's,
Oh,
no,
what?
I agree with you.
They're not user friendly.
Their platform is
Yeah.
still a little bit
It's
date.
old.
Like they were updating and then they just stopped because they're like, whatever. Like we'll
Meanwhile,
figure-
Hulu was like one of the very first things ever. Like Hulu was around before it even was.
I
a
used to
streaming
watch
service,
Family
you
Guy
know?
on Hulu
Me too.
just for Family
Me
Guy.
too,
Yeah, before it was like you
was
had
just
to
a
have
website,
a membership. Yep,
like-
it's just
Yeah, it
you
was
could
a
watch.
website.
You
Yeah.
could
Just
watch
clips
whatever you
and
wanted.
stuff and
100%.
episodes. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like I like Peacock. I can watch Yellowstone. You'll catch a couple like murder mystery things
Yeah.
on there. Same thing. Like I like most of them. I don't like Netflix. You're right because like I think Netflix is overhyped and I think it's like
They have so much, but like nothing at the same time sometimes.
But
My
that's
favorite shows is leaving Netflix.
what show?
New Girl.
Is it really?
It's leaving Netflix.
Why?
Are you a New Girl fan?
I watched it in college.
It is so good.
So funny.
It's so good.
Schmidt's from New Girl, right?
Schmidt.
Yeah. That's
Best
all I know.
character though is Nick Miller.
Yeah.
Nick
all I
Miller's the
know.
best character.
That's all
But
I
anyway,
know.
it's leaving and
Aw.
it's like, all right,
Where's it going?
I think
Another
Peacock
one.
actually.
Oh well, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't have it, so I'm sad.
But it's,
Oh well.
you can use mine if you ever want it.
All right.
Psych.
It's okay. I'll just
I'm kidding you.
I'll hack into the mainframe and
So you can do 5, 4, and 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 is Orange County because OG, Atlanta, and then Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I say why?
Yeah.
Okay. For Orange County, I said why. OG, it's also been around for like 15 years, and they're nutcases. But I hate like half of them, so it's fine.
They're crazy Orange County, LA, like stupid, like
Yeah.
California money, just like
Not
dumb
I hate
money,
them, I
but
think
like,
they're like annoying. Atlanta
mental
is, they're just all of them are just nutcases, but Atlanta brings like flavor. Like it's not just like a bunch of like, no offense, like white people walking around. Like there's culture and they talk about
Yep.
their culture, and I like that part of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
brings like awareness, like what Atlanta is. You
Sure.
know, like it's not just like a hot city where you could go in and out of like all the strip clubs and all the bars. Like they talk about like what they do. Oh,
Yep.
I just like love them.
yeah, it's a very like it's a very
It's like very culture.
Yes, correct,
inclusive.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
which
awesome.
most of the other
shows
shows are
them.
just money,
Yeah.
fight,
And, like,
you
a lot
know.
of them are stolen from like OG wise, and like you see them go from like these tiny ass houses, like these massive homes, like all this money. Their kids are growing up. Like,
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
family involved. At
And
Atlanta.
is Atlanta?
That's great too. And
Does
they're
it-
probably fun too. Like
Oh,
Oh,
my
they're
God.
they're
Probably
crazy,
fun,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
crazy.
Doesn't Atlanta have aren't like one or two of them doctors or something? Wasn't one of them a doctor or something? I
I
forgot.
think you're thinking of
Potomac. Was it Potomac?
Might
Oh,
be.
we were watching it. No, we were watching it yesterday.
Last night,
Potomac.
yeah.
There was a woman that's a doctor. Like, it's always cool to see when the shows have someone that's not necessarily just.
Well,
I don't
Candy
want to.
Burris is.
Candy is
She's from
TLC.
Yeah.
Can't you know?
wrote
I
it.
don't
Oh,
want no
yeah, yeah,
scrubs.
yeah,
So
yeah. She's a
Candy
producer.
wrote the
Oh.
what? She
She
wrote
wrote it.
Atlanta.
What?
Well, she's the main character on Atlanta,
She's
right?
one of the characters. Yeah,
Yes.
Candy Burrs.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah,
but it's cool
mad
to see that
famous, like, the music world,
a lot of
crazy.
a lot of Atlanta and Potomac, in my opinion, they're kind of more like forged their own path, or a lot of them are trying to do it now with a lot of the stuff they do.
Yeah.
Not to say that New Jersey and Dallas and them don't like.
But Jersey's like a different vibe.
Yep,
You know?
and Dallas is like, but like you watch Dallas and like Dallas is 90% like old money.
Yeah.
It's like my daddy's daddy was the one
Yeah.
that struck
I know,
oil
it's
here,
like-
and it's
yeah,
like
it's all about oil, which
okay,
is cool.
which is cool, but
that's cool, but
it's like okay, like great,
I don't
like
think
you
I would
you
even
have
be
That's why I
interested
didn't
in
last that long.
like
Yeah.
every time someone uses a gas pump, that person made like $2.5 million. You know, like just like, but that's the money that Dallas had. Like, you think it's like not as expensive as you're like, how much? Like, how much are you worth? But even New York,
Ramona Singer.
Ramona
She's
Singer-
like 65 years old. It's like, all right, I don't
that
wanna
name
watch
sounds
you.
familiar to me.
because
actually.
what's her name is Morgan.
Oh,
Sonia
that's
Morgan.
Sonia Morgan. She was married to one of the Morgan brothers.
J.P. Morgan, one of the brothers of the original Descendants, was married to Sonia Morgan,
wow.
Yeah.
and that's where her money came from. But then she did like a clothing line.
Well, they
and
got divorced, and like she
made
case.
she made stupid money, but she made stupid money off that, of course.
But my third one's Beverly Hills because I like them for the money. Like they have that like unattainable wealth that I want to watch.
But that's but Beverly
they're just,
Hills
like,
is
bougie and like they have so much entertainment,
Yeah.
and I just oh my god.
well, Beverly Hills is the Hiltons,
Yeah.
and so
Kathy Hilton.
Kyle Richards, who is a Hilton.
that name, yeah, that.
So
that
Kyle
name
She's
Richards
not a
is-
Hilton.
She's not a what?
She's not a Hilton.
I thought she
Kathy
was-
married into the Hilton family.
Okay. Whatever.
You didn't brush up?
But no. Wait. So Kathy married in, but Kyle is her sister.
Yes.
Sorry, not a
And they
Hilton,
were
but like
she
by
starred
family.
in, what's that movie that
She's
Kyle
in
Richards
Halloween.
was in?
Who?
Kyle
She
Richards
was
is in
a
Halloween. She's
young
the
girl.
black-haired older woman.
We're talking the older.
No, the
She
new-
was
well,
in
she
the
was in
old
the-
one, and now she was in
She
the
was a
new
kid in the old one. Now she's an adult in the new one.
You got to show me a
I'll
picture
show you
of
a
her
picture.
character, because I will recognize. I
She's
just don't know
she's
her name.
the same looking person as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was in the original one, and she's a housewife. So she was a kid in the originals, and then she went back, and she was in the newest ones.
And honestly, see, I didn't even know that. I probably would
Yeah.
have ripped on her for being a housewife and then join.
Oh my! How dare you join?
acting,
Yeah,
you know what I
you're
mean?
acting now. Yeah.
No, she was a child star.
Her first job was Little
I
House
didn't
on the
know that.
Prairie.
Yeah.
What?
She was a child star.
Yeah, star.
She was good in the new Halloween movie
Yeah,
too.
she's a good actress, but that was the
And
thing.
her family dynamic, it's three of them, and they're all so toxic. Like,
Yep.
always fighting about, like, stupid
because
shit,
she became the
obviously.
child star, and the other one necessarily did right.
And fell into, like, drugs and alcohol.
Oh,
and then
no.
Kathy ended up, like, she was the oldest one, like,
She's-
married to the Hilton family, so that's, like, a totally different
she
dynamic,
split
too.
Yeah.
with
Her daughter's
and-
Paris Hilton.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That
so,
is great.
yeah,
Right? So that's
yeah.
Kyle
yeah.
Richards' niece, and, like, they all always argue, and it was very... I mean, it's
And
sad to watch
then
a family argue,
who's,
obviously, but the drama.
Who's married to the actor? What's her name? Lisa Rinna.
Lisa Rinna.
Lisa Rinna's married to Lisa
Oh, yeah,
Rinna was
I'm
also
blanking.
another actress.
I love Lisa Rinna.
Lisa Rinna, you would probably know her. This is Lisa Rinna.
Oh yeah,
She's a housewife, and she's
like one of the most classic housewives.
Yes,
as far
correct.
As I know,
Classic.
right?
And she's
Yeah.
but she's married to Harry
went-
Hamlin, who is a
Yeah,
famous.
he looks familiar.
but he's like,
James when he was like younger.
but yeah, he was like Mad Men.
She has
Shameless.
money like Vanderpump.
oh wait,
has
let me see.
money.
Shameless.
Yes.
What? Let me see.
Well, he's older. That's in 1997. That's a photo of him. So I'd have to like.
Who does he look like? He's not Frank in Shameless, is
No.
he?
No.
I was about to say that would have been a.
He was in
total win.
Shameless. I didn't know that.
That's what they said. Let me see. Here, I'll look up a photo right now.
Yeah, but the picture that you showed, I already forgot her name, but
Kyle?
I remember seeing her face. The
Yeah,
short-haired.
Lisa.
lady. Yeah, Lisa.
Yeah.
Used to see her everywhere. No, he was not on Shameless.
He was not
That's
on
what. Just look. It
Shameless.
says right here.
What was he
He
doing?
might have been a guest of something.
Oh
of some
yeah,
sort.
he might have just been.
But
look,
he wasn't like on Shameless.
like main character.
Harry
Right,
Hamlin.
yeah.
Was not on Shameless.
It just showed me a photo of him on Shameless. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. But he's another child star, whatever. But now it's so funny because he's like older in his life, and she's like 20 years younger, 15 years younger, whatever. But it's funny because like they'll go to him and he's just like gardening and stuff, and she's like, I'm going out with the girls, like going to dinner or whatever, and he'll just be like making dinner or something like that. He's like past that, but he's still got like money like that.
Yeah,
like,
right.
They still have money, kind of a thing.
He'll go hang out when he's in the mood to hang out, but that's like it's not in his past, but he's done it all already,
He's the
right?
best way for me to describe it. He's Thanos on the farm. Like he did his stuff
Love
and he's
that.
now just like retired and just
chilling.
living his life out, kind of a thing. Like I already burnt the stones. Don't worry about me. I'm doing my thing. But so that's your 5, 4, and 3.
Yeah.
Anything else on that?
No.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. My 2 is Beverly Hills, and my 1 is Jersey. So Beverly Hills is, as you said, just, you know, a great show, iconic. It is stupid, funny drama.
Yeah.
They've been kind of caught with a couple additions and some people that they don't like kind of a thing. But after a lot of the drama that's happened with some of the stuff they've dealt with, they did kind of need, like, not a facelift, but, like, a couple more.
Couple more cast members?
Yeah. Are they probably the largest cast, would you say?
At like one point, yeah.
They had like at one point a couple seasons ago they had
They had a lot of people, but it's
like,
too much when it's like that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say like,
well, because you can't
really
follow.
only need, like 5.
Yeah, like
well, because it's tough to follow 19 storylines. You know what I mean?
Is
like,
that how much it was?
No, it was probably
like 8 of them.
I was gonna say 10.
No,
I don't even think. All right, 10's too much.
No, 10's
actually,
way too much.
8 I even think is a little too much.
Yeah,
I think you said it right. I think 5 max,
Yeah.
right?
I said 4 is not
5
enough, you know.
I think 5 to
I even
7
think
is
4
good
would be
because even
but their
even
story
Jersey,
has to be
like,
interesting.
yeah.
Well,
Like,
Jersey
you know?
has a good dynamic of it where Jersey has probably 6, and then they just added the 2.
Yeah.
So Jersey's got a really good dynamic. Jersey's my number 1, obviously biased from living in Jersey, but like we watch it the most. It's on right now, like it's coming out every week. And we really like the 2 new people they added on Jersey. Like very Staten Island, Long Island, you know, whatever.
Like classic Jersey
but
girls, like
but they're not stupid money, so they're not like I have money, I don't care.
Yeah,
they're
the one
just
girl
cool.
was like, I
like
swear to God, if these bitches call my house cute, I'm done. Like the first day, like, what a cute house. She's like, I'm fucking over it.
yeah, very funny though. But like you'd see her and you'd be like, wow, like that's like very Jersey. Like I'll move to the suburbs of Jersey kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But they're cool because like very down to earth. They're a little bit younger. They've got really good family dynamics with their like kids. They've all got like very little kids, which is nice. Like their little kids are like
They're good.
the stars. That we really like that. Like I really like them, and
We shall see if they transition over to the dark side as they continue
Well,
on this housewives
you know,
journey.
In Jersey Housewives, man, it's just one of them's hanging out with one of them one day, says the wrong thing, then they go talk shit on the other one. It's
So
yeah, man. You can't trust these Jersey bitches, bro. You can't do it. But so that's my 2 and my 1.
Okay.
So
my 2 is New Jersey for obvious reasons, and as a plot twist, I have Miami as my number 1.
Okay.
I love Miami.
Okay.
They are slept on. They're so good.
elaborate.
They did the first ever live reunion.
Okay,
and they had
cool.
to take it off of air. Like, it literally just went black because they couldn't control the cursing that was coming out
Yeah,
of them.
I'm sure.
And it was years and years and years. Like, I was
Why
in
did
high
they
school.
even think that was a good idea?
Yeah.
To begin
So they
with?
had Miami. It was in high school and they stopped.
Yeah, and they, like, it didn't go past, I think, 2 seasons maybe.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of seasons.
really?
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't a hit, and then they came back
Yep.
with, like, almost all the same characters. Well, characters.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's so good. I'm Cuban, so, like, how they speak and how they communicate, like, it reminds me so much of, like, my family. Like,
Cuban
when I hear
American,
them talk.
yeah, like-
So I
Yeah.
just think it's so funny
Yeah.
to watch them. And I, like, crack up at, like, the little, like, the ways they speak.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't talk like that, obviously, in English. It's a different language.
Yeah.
Right.
But like certain
Makes
things
me
they do,
die
certain things they
laughing. How is
talk
that
about,
funny? I was
like
you
yeah.
were, like, literally,
Yeah,
like,
not
you wouldn't
understanding,
get it.
like,
Yeah,
sort of
but
deal,
that's
yeah.
but that's
they
part
have,
of what
like,
makes it cool.
Stupid fucking money there
Yeah.
too. Like
Yeah,
one
Miami
of the
money,
women,
like-
oh my, what is her name? Alexia.
Alexia.
Just sold her penthouse. Like it had one of those. She lived at the top of the building, like penthouse
In Miami.
Yeah.
huge building.
Awesome,
All
okay.
the way up, but the car goes up with you.
Whoa.
Her garage is in her apartment.
Well, Alexia was the
sick.
one that has the nail salons, and her husband was stupid wealthy, right?
Yeah,
Is that
she,
it?
like,
So her
ended up getting
husband
divorced and got remarried, whatever. But she just sold her penthouse for like $50 million.
and her husband
Like,
died.
insane.
Her husband died. Well, there was drama behind that. Her
Well, he was,
husband
like, a drug lord
died.
or something in Miami.
Well, no, her husband died and was gay.
He was, but there was a
Oh,
drug
really?
lord thing.
No, yeah, but so her husband died, was gay. She found that out, and then she connected with the her husband's
Yeah.
lover.
Yeah.
and they became
And
like
what?
friendly or
Yeah, they're,
something
like,
Oh,
like that.
I thought you were about to say she
No.
married him.
Then they married, so he became straight for her. Yeah, no, but it was like really cool, and it's like I like watching. I really do like watching it. I'm not as well versed, and I didn't watch it back in the day. Where like back in the day, like you'd put on Housewives, it was just on TV.
Ex-wife is on it,
yeah, Larsa Pippen.
Why is that name
Scottie
so familiar
Pippen?
to me?
The Dream Team, the basketball.
Oh
players.
yeah, right.
And she's dating Michael
Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan.
Wow,
which is a very interesting plot twist. Yeah, so it was kind of crazy to think that she was going into the locker room after games and seeing a 5-year-old.
She said she never met him. They never met. She explained on the last reunion.
I don't believe that.
I don't
she's a liar, so I'm not really.
She doesn't lie. She's never been caught a lie. Just because you don't like her doesn't mean you have to lie on her.
I don't think, personally, she never met Michael Jordan's kids. That's my opinion.
She said she ended up meeting Michael Jordan. Him and his wife are already separated, so she never met the wife or the kids. It must suck to be wrong.
That's what I have to say. I'm never wrong, so it doesn't matter.
So Miami came back with a vengeance. It's like insanely popular now and still going.
Good. Yeah, it just got renewed for another season.
That penthouse sounds crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's cool to watch, and they're
the car going up with you. Well, like in what was the garage made of glass, and you just see the car on display.
No, it was exposed, wasn't it? And then you can lower it. No, it was just on the top, and then you could bring it down into it. Like, it sat on the top of the building.
That's some, like, Batcave level shit.
Yes, exactly.
Correct.
It was beautiful. Shit. And then one of them, oh my God, what's someone that's getting divorced now? Lenny.
Nicole.
No,
that's the doctor.
She's an anesthesiologist. Well, they just sold their house for $50 million. She's like, yeah, we made a good penny. Like, we bought it originally for $20. I was like,
like, yeah, you bought your house for $20, then you sold it for.
Lenny's house. She's getting divorced now. He's like cheating on her.
Ooh, wow! It's only got a 70 rating.
Miami does.
Lisa
Houston. Their house is nuts.
And then you love
nuts.
Yeah, you have a bunch. Yeah, I know. You're gonna get to it. Don't worry. You're gonna get to it. It's a good cast
of all time from any Housewives show. Who would it be?
House. Oh God, no, you can't. That's a whole episode.
Lisa Vanderpump's house is crazy.
And it could be a previous house, that they've had too. That's a lot. I'm sure.
Lisa's is really. Show them a photo of Lisa's house.
Yeah, I got it. It's already up.
Jesus.
That's one of her. That's not even her.
One of her houses.
That's her.
Right?
That's not her main house. Remember her crazy one with the glass floors and stuff that you love? That's her big. That's her old big house.
I was gonna make a joke. Was that like her pool house of her.
This is her new house. It's like this crazy like floral all over like crazy gardeny walkway swan. They like
have a hotel lobby.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have money like that. You know what I mean?
Like. And the fact that you were saying, it's like, oh yeah, we got a pretty penny off of that and everything. It's like they're not even phased.
Like they're not even phased. From Miami.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Dr. Nicole's house is beautiful. Lenny and Lisa's house is. They all have beautiful homes. It's like so hard to even pick.
Yeah.
I'd go with Miami though. Like I love Miami. I would die for them.
Lisa Vanderpump's house Zillow is what it says.
Zillow?
No, it's like we can look at it on Zillow, like do a walkthrough if you want. I think
that's
from, like,
actually
their
pretty
old
cool.
One.
That's cool.
Wait, so Dr. Nicole's house in Miami, they had their dream house. They were never going to move. They, like, loved it. They were like, this is where we want to be in Miami. We love it. We're good. He's a doctor and she's a doctor?
No, he's an attorney.
He's an attorney. She's a doctor.
Both making...
Both stupid money.
Yeah.
They got presented by someone to buy their dream house, which they decided to sell because they're like, it was the right time. Jeff Bezos' mother lives there now. Bezos,
yeah.
This loser anyway. He's gonna get the shutdown, but I can't pull it up. So
I would have never guessed who it was that bought it, but I'm also not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Who it was but he paid $44 million for it, which I don't think they said. I think they said they did not buy. I think they bought it for like 10 or 15. I thought she said, and like then. Oh, okay. What? 20? She doubled it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's
I don't
like
know where they're going now, though. Did she say? I don't remember.
I don't remember now. I think they found another. They probably found another place and they love it.
Sure,
but they probably could have even Imagine being able to sell your house for $44 million, You could downsize to a $10 million house and it could still be crazy big. Like that's what's nuts.
Without a doubt.
But it's
and
like
they're not going to have any problem finding whatever house they want.
You just got another $22 million back.
Exactly.
So it's like. My bad.
But some people some people will be like, yeah, I'm gonna downsize the next time I move, and then it ends up being the same size.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like, crazy.
Oh.
That's that's when people have money like that and they say like a downsize is like we moved to like a town over because it's not as fast paced.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
It's like that's
Right.
Your house is double the size. You didn't downsize just because you're in a different area. But all right, cool. So those are them, and then we'll go on to characters.
Yeah.
So you can do. Do you have any honorable mentions or least favorites?
Okay, I'll go with my least favorites.
Right,
really,
cool.
no honorable mentions. I guess this would be considered the hated honorable mentions. I guess. I can't stand Ronnie. I think I think he is such, and I said it before, he's an idiot.
Yeah, he's an
idiot. But now, it's to the point where I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I
Yeah.
feel about it
Like,
now.
that big of a
And
loser.
I'm actually happy, and he actually made the smart move. Like, he's not in this season now because he's going to rehab and getting help and all that.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good. I'm all about that. Like, do it up. And Angelina, can't stand her. Thinks she's just dirty. I don't know.
I get that.
That's all I gotta say. So I have my 5 favorite from Jersey Shore.
Cool.
In my specific order, but then it actually switches up. They get maneuvered when it comes to Family Vacation of how I like that.
Okay.
So I'll run it down quickly.
Do it.
That. So the Situation is my number 5. As much as he made it the most interesting in the original Jersey Shore and everything like that, I couldn't stand the stupid drama he was making. Like how he, the guy had a neck brace after slamming his head into
that's
a
iconic.
concrete
I'm not
thing.
gonna lie, though.
It's
That's
iconic.
That's
It is iconic.
That's
It's
Christopher
great that-
Moltisanti level iconic with the neck brace from The Sopranos, which you've never watched.
No,
probably.
yeah, that's something I need to get into, yeah.
Yeah,
But have you watched it too?
of course.
Oh, I have to watch it.
I have to dig the knife in every time I talk
Yeah,
to him.
yeah.
So, Walking
Every
Dead.
time.
I just had to, yeah.
Thank you for that. It's actually been a while since you
Yeah, I
said
know.
that.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
I just remembered. I got to get back on it.
I just remember back in the day, I was like, Mike, why are you causing another problem?
Yeah,
dude?
why
Like,
are you
this
doing
mess- Yeah. Number 4 is Snooki. I thought she was very entertaining when she was extremely drunk back in the day. So there's that. Number 3, JWoww. In the original Jersey Shore, she took no shit. She spoke real.
You are
all the time. Like, if she didn't fuck with something that you said or did,
She got right in
You
your
were
face.
hearing.
Like, not even
You
like
were
a,
hearing.
like, can we talk about that? Like, it was.
Your ass beat, or you can say and get your fucking ass beat.
yeah, that's
She says that every day. She says it every fucking
I
day.
got into
She,
a fight with a girl that we're not friends with anymore while we were away in Aruba, and
Yeah.
I basically said that.
the go-to say.
And she left. She got on a plane by herself and got the fuck out of there.
Oh my
Goodbye.
God.
because you can stay and get your ass beat, or you can.
literally fucking stay or get your ass beat.
That's wow. It
Who do you-
got put to use.
When they fuck around with my food order, who do you think I hide behind when I get my order fixed?
I'm like, come here.
yeah.
He asked for honey mustard with his chicken nuggets, buddy. Go get him now. And I'm just hiding behind him like
I
this.
only
I'm
get
like,
violent like that when they're like a jerk off first, though.
yeah.
Of course.
Like,
It has to be the
you want to
case.
match energy with that energy? Okay.
Well, so the one thing
Like they're asking for it
well,
too,
yeah.
and then they fuck up after the attitude.
yeah, and I'm like,
Well,
oh,
so we're
okay.
very
Yeah.
yin and yang with our like personalities of like how we approach things.
Sure.
But the one thing I like that is amazing about her is that she is someone that she doesn't care if you're a man, a woman, them, or whatever.
Yeah.
If you are gonna talk to her or present yourself a certain way, she'll match it plus some. So
you know what? I think you got to
It's
be
good.
like
no,
that.
but that's
yeah.
that's the thing. It's like if she gets talked down to by a man, she's like, "Who the fuck are you? Like you're like what? Like
Right,
you,
right.
like
I
is this
shouldn't do, like, I should probably, like,
1925?"
have some fear in me. But
No,
I don't.
but that's
I'm like,
the-
you'll knock me down, but if I fucking get up,
It's over.
it's done.
Yeah.
It's done. For. You better not fucking still be
She
here.
says it all the time. She's like, "You better not be there when I wake up because you're getting your ass beat." But all right, so that's your 3.
That's my third. 2, Vinny, because I think he's hilarious. But
good.
number 1 is Paulie D, because
Duh.
he made the show interesting, the most interesting, without causing the most drama.
Yeah.
When we
he's so
first
chill.
Hard to pull off.
Yeah.
When we first started dating, she wanted to go to Atlantic City to see him so bad.
Did I really? I don't
You
remember
tried to
that.
get me to buy tickets for us to go like 5 times. Like it was for 2 years straight. She was so like, we got to go see Paulie D and the DJ thing. And I'm just like banging my head against the wall. I'm like, and then I take her to Izu and I'm like, music. But she even went to Ultra.
But you
But
see,
like,
I agree with you there. Music. Paulie D's a great entertainer.
yeah,
He is,
100%. But like,
But he's not a
He's
top-notch
not a
DJ.
DJ.
no,
No,
it's
no,
completely.
like
but
that,
that's
you
the
know?
same thing as
It's just
James
say
Kennedy.
song,
The same
yeah.
thing as the guy James Kennedy.
Same
He's
thing,
not
yeah.
even on the same level.
Right.
But he's one of those guys that like he'll sell out Sir
But
on
wasn't
a.
Pauly D like in Vegas? Like the
Oh,
Yeah, but
parties?
he
yeah,
has
that's
a-
mainly his
but
thing.
that's
Sometimes
because-
he does AC though. I think.
Yeah,
No, he
yeah,
has
I know
a-
he
he
used
has
to
a-
for sure.
what's it fucking called? He has a
Residency
in Vegas.
Yeah.
But part of that is just because if you look at that place, their residencies are Celine Dion, Tiesto, Martin Garrix,
Adele.
Vinny. You need someone in the middle that's not $1 million, like you're paying all
He's
these
so
other
old
people
now,
so
though.
much money.
Have you seen him?
Yeah,
he looks
I have.
so old.
Well, of
Yeah,
course, because you spray tan 3 times
no,
a day.
Not spray, like beds.
Beds, yeah, whatever. But if
So
you go into
bad,
bed 10
scary.
times a week,
Awful.
Not just that, but I mean, I know it's a staple for him, but like, I think the hair has to go at some point.
It's aging him even more. It looks really bad.
I mean, like, how
No
old
one
is he?
say
Do we
that.
know how old he is
Let
right
me
now?
say.
Siri.
Oh, you got it.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Because
We should get an Alexa down here.
I agree. That's a good idea.
Well, like, why do
Good
we not
idea.
have an Alexa here that we could be like, Alexa,
All right,
what is this? So
drum
then we
roll.
can.
Like an
42.
Amazon 42. See, I think by 50, it's got to
You
go.
gotta
50? You're giving him 8 more years of it. He should be done with it now. It's 40.
No, he
42 years
needs to
old.
plan it out because he has to have a whole review.
45.
And everything
I'll give him
going when he
3
changes up
years.
the hair
Yeah,
and
right?
everything like that.
Oh,
He has to have a whole review
imagine
and
how
everything like
funny
that.
that
At least
would be,
just
though.
like a
They,
buzz cut, like just get rid of like
I think
this.
he would look good if it was like extremely short.
Yeah,
buzz
like
cut
tighter.
Sort of deal.
Yeah.
I think he could go short on the sides and a longer top, and I think he'd still be fine.
Even when they were being the
Cadet
keto, what are they called? Keto Guidos. Him and
Guidos,
Vinny in the
yeah.
show.
Oh my
When he
God.
was doing the hair as like the faux hawk thing,
Yeah.
that actually didn't look too
Yeah,
bad
dude,
either.
was
Was
bad.
Vinny on your list? He was 2?
He was 2, and
Okay.
Pauly D
I
was
didn't
1.
think you had
They're
him
like
on there.
one of the
They're
best
great
dynamic
together.
duos
Oh,
ever.
which is
100%.
funny because everyone thought it was Paulie and Mike, and that very quickly phased out.
Yeah, maybe in the
Like,
beginning that's what
But
it
that's
was
the thing.
thought.
Everyone was
Right.
like, "Oh, Paulie and Mike are the best," and then Vinny and Paulie just became like
Vinny's
actual
great.
friends, and you were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and then
This
you
is
really
cool.
saw how funny they could be.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it's even crazy to think Vinny's fame was everyone was kind of didn't think Vinny would be that famous, and he actually did pretty well for himself because he
Yeah.
was just very like, This
The
is who I
keto
am. I'm
weirdo.
not really.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah, yeah.
switching my my personality and
Right,
not
right.
being like a crazy like."
Let
What about you? Do you have a top 5
for
Jersey Shore?
Oh, I'd have to think about it. I mean, Paulie's number 1.
Well, who's
for
your number
sure.
1?
I
Paulie.
think that's
Pauly.
everyone's.
Yeah,
So
I think
who's
that's
your-
mainly
Who's your
everyone's.
top 3? Who's your number 2?
JWoww.
Probably JWoww, and 3 is
JWoww.
Snooki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I
I'd
think
say
that's
your
fair
4.
enough.
Yeah.
That's
Your
fair
4
enough.
is Vinny, and your 5 is probably Mike.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me quickly say where my
Family
list
vacation.
chains up
Yep.
when it comes to family vacation. Jenny drops to 5. I think she's actually a little boring now.
Well,
To be
yeah, I
honest
mean,
with
she
you,
doesn't have-
After the divorce and like
Ron-
all
that-
that.
What was his
yeah,
name?
Was it Ronnie?
It might have been Ron. I think he was just called Ron.
I
right?
thought it was
Yeah.
another Ron, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
might
like
have
someone
been.
else with the same name. Yeah.
I thought it was that or Reginald.
Was it Reggie?
No. Okay, I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm not sure. 4 is Snooki.
Roland?
No, God. 4.
Roger.
Yes, yes.
Roger! Yeah, because she used to be like, Roger, where's Roger?
4 Snooki stays in the same place because
Doesn't
you know
move.
she just got more.
She's
mature or
consistent.
whatever,
She's
and
consistent at best.
She's a cool girl and
I bet
everything
she'll still
like
drink
that.
though. She'll still drink.
Oh yeah,
she
yeah,
gets to
yeah.
work.
Yeah. 3. Vinny dropped down to 3, and Mike took his place because the whole thing with Mike I thought was more interesting.
yeah.
Plus, he got way more humble. I actually
Yes.
like him a lot now and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And then 1 is still Pauly D, and that's the
yeah,
list. with
forever.
that.
Forever. Everyone loves him.
Everyone, yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll do really quickly my least favorite and then my honorable mentions. So my least favorite Housewives of all time is Ramona Singer from New York. Absolutely despise her. She's
so annoying.
She's so annoying. She was on not Family Vacation. She was on Housewives Girls Trip.
Girls Trip, yeah. Ultimate Girls Trip.
She was on Ultimate Girls Trip, which is another housewife where they
Like a
brought
spin-off.
multiple housewives together to go on one
What?
vacation together.
Universe crossover.
Yup.
Yes.
The Avengers.
They loved doing
Literally, it was
like the most famous, most
Like
popular
popular
one.
Yes,
Like
basically the
current
most
and
popular
past.
from every single
Like, they didn't
one.
have to be active either.
But she's like a subtle,
coming out of
ignorant,
retirement.
racist,
the
old
bench.
white woman
yeah, she
from
got
New York.
canceled like 5. I don't know how she was still on it.
It's just when you have money like that, you can be canceled as many times as you want, apparently,
Or
and just
if you
keep
have
coming
that
back.
traction
Like,
of people liking you or interested in you, at
Yeah.
least they're bringing
Yeah.
you back.
well, I think
Yeah.
part of
That's
it too is
That's
Bravo's
it.
like, oh, well,
now
she's
they,
not
like
like
ended
fully.
Housewives in New York though.
Yeah.
And
She's
they're-
the reason it.
No,
but
but, like-
it just had such a shitty. They had such a bad season. They didn't even do a reunion, and that's never even happened.
That never has happened.
That's
Yeah,
actually
it's
fucked up.
really
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
But she's
crazy to think
really
about.
bad.
She
actually.
always teetered the line of like actual racist or just really ignorant. So
Oh,
it was
really?
more she got away
Yeah.
with it because she was always like, she said
never
something on
outright,
Girls Trip
yeah.
that was like, she said
just
something
an
on Girls Trip that
asshole.
was like, people were like,
Yeah, she's not.
she got
I think it's
away with
okay to
that.
be
like,
an asshole, but not in that
no,
way.
no, no, no,
dude.
that
Because
wasn't an asshole. That was
because then you're really like, people aren't even going to be interested in watching that.
Well,
either.
she was also
I
like
think they're
hooking
gonna
up
be
with an
majorly
ex.
turned
Wasn't
off.
she hooking up with the what's her name's
She's
ex
had, like,
husband?
she got,
like
divorced like many years ago. Like she's just like, I don't know, like you're older, like you're gonna be flaunting.
Like, she's, like,
that. I don't know, it's
60?
weird. She's 60.
What?
In her
Six-
60s.
60s, and she's
Yes.
like still trying to like hang out with younger
She
guys.
looks
Then she's
great,
like,
too.
yeah, she does.
Like,
But then she's like,
calm down.
she was talking to one of the other guys, like ex-husbands, and then was like, oh, like we hooked up
She
right
thinks
after
she's still
the
it.
fact.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
like,
what
and
it
it's-
is.
But like
That's
New
what it
York
is.
is the sad thing about it is New York had such a divide between old and young because
And then they just like
Leah, super cool. She was on the podcast that I listened to. As like one of the New York people, like they're New York guys, so like New York fashion people. She's from like a part of New York. She's like fashionable kind of a thing. She has
so
a
they
brand,
had her on
and
as,
she has
like,
a brand
best
too.
of
So
the
like they
Married
were
to the
letting her.
Mob.
Married to the Mob was her brand, so they were like talking about
Married
it.
to the Mob.
But she was like super trendy, super young, super cool, super New York. Like I don't give a shit. Like stop it.
Yeah.
And then she didn't really mesh well with these old white
'cause they're
ignorant
old,
women
yeah.
because they were just all like
just too,
dealing
like,
with their
dynamic,
issues from the
yeah.
80s, and she's like, I was 6. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So she's on there. Jen Shaw from Salt Lake, like we said, like
she's the one that got arrested for stealing the money.
I liked her for being kind of
That's
like
still the
she was just like
craziest
really
thing to
obnoxious
me.
and like in your face and like like she was like a Snooki of Salt Lake kind of, if that makes sense, with like
but like
how
not
she
liked.
acted sometimes. Not the same, but when you like fuck with old people, I can't fuck with that. Like you like stealing
no,
money,
it's-
taking advantage of like old people like that. Like don't.
They made a documentary on it.
It's just
It was like a big thing.
Good.
That's the-
Because as far as I remember, you guys were saying they didn't really cover it as much until.
no. Yeah, she said they.
They definitely have to have a documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a
of course.
scumbag. She's a
Yeah.
scumbag. And then Danielle Staub,
Oh yeah.
who is
She's a
from
villain.
New Jersey. She's like a villain in the
Let me-
original seasons.
I'm sorry. This is
Least
dislikable.
favorite. Least
on a-
favorite.
Okay. Got
Least
you,
favorite.
okay.
So she's basically a friend of someone from original seasons
Well,
from
no,
the
she was
show.
on at one
Oh,
point.
she was on it originally, and then she just kind of moved to just a friend. But then
And then
she
went back on.
fractured the relationship with the girl that she was friends with because of like.
She just has like no. She was like engaged 19 times. Whore, disgusting woman. Like Teresa was like before the table flips. You know the famous table flip.
Yes, I know
so
that.
she's
Teresa, where she, like-
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
You've been engaged 19 times. Prostitution, whore, like
Oh
something with the
my
cops
God.
and getting arrested all these times and like wild shit. And it was all true.
Wow.
And then years later, they became really good friends again. And then something happened that her and Teresa obviously broke off again. But it was just, she's just terrible. She's a bad person.
She's a bad, yeah, really
Why
shitty
did Teresa
person.
even give her another
Because
chance?
Trying to
Teresa-
like be like this new person, like namaste.
Right.
Like
right.
Teresa's very forgiving if you like just apologize and don't place blame on Teresa. Like if you're
Yeah.
just like,
Okay.
oh, like you
Yeah.
apologize to me, I did nothing wrong. Yeah, I'll be your friend again. And then like she always gets fucked over, and then it's like the same revolving door of like,
Well,
exhausting.
you
Yeah.
know, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
100%.
that's it. So my honorable mentions are Candy Burris from Atlanta,
Obviously.
Lover, TLC, the best. She's also an Atlanta staple. She's very doesn't get involved until she has to.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
And then she pops the fuck off.
she just
And
stays
probably
back.
spitting straight facts and truth.
Bro,
Yes.
but
Yeah,
that's the
yes.
thing. It's like she's very cool, calm, collected. She's friends with everyone. She's
Yeah,
very much
everyone
like
loves
do
her.
whatever. But then if you like do her wrong, she's like fuck you.
Yeah.
We will like absolutely fuck
Right,
you.
she has the ammo. Being calm and collective like that,
Yeah.
you're very observant.
Yes.
And,
Yep.
and she'll
Yes.
probably remember and
Absorb.
store and
Yeah.
absorb and everything in
And
her head. Yeah.
Kim Zolia.
I don't know why you like her. I don't like her.
So she's just. I only like her from Atlanta because she was married to like they always. It's always funny because these shows are always married to someone. Sometimes they're like a famous person, like what's her name? Married to Beverly Hills is the director of Lion King.
Oh my god, what's her name?
The new Lion King or the old one?
No, the old one.
Lion
He was one of the executive producers on the original.
wow.
Like he was like affiliated
don't
with Disney.
remember.
He was like super famous but not famous. You know,
Right,
like from like
He,
whatever.
more behind the scenes.
Cool, but
big
then it's
time.
always funny because they're always married to like an ex-basketball player or like football player or whatever.
Right,
and
right.
this woman was married to a guy. He was cool, but like they were like ex-NFL
Crystal.
player. Crystal. And they were like married to an ex-NFL player, and he like was never really that good. He was on like practice squads and like, you know,
Falcons,
he was on the Falcons, but like he wasn't like a good
Just a
player.
bragging title.
But they were like NFL player. Like,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jersey last year had Tiki Barber's wife on it. Like Tiki Barber's one of the he's an
She was so boring.
I hate Tiki Barber as a Giants fan because there's just beef there, whatever. But he's one of the best Giants running backs of all time. One of the best Giants. He's
okay.
on the top 50 list easily of
So
best
that was
Giants.
cool.
So that was cool. That's like. And all the Jersey boys were like fangirling over him, which was hilarious. Like he'd
Because
come
he
and
was
hang
in the
out,
show, right?
And they're all
he
Giants
appears in it.
fans, so like
Yeah,
he'd come
yeah.
over and hang out with them, and they're like, "Hey Tiki, how you doing?" Like the
Yeah,
guys, like they're like,
yeah.
"Hey bud, how is everything?" You know, like kind of like doing their makeup and getting ready to go.
That's
but
funny. That's
I mean, she was fine. I know you don't love her, but
She was boring. She didn't
Yeah.
bring it. She got booted off like immediately. She was
because
so
of how boring she was?
Yeah.
So-
she brought nothing to the table.
Tamra Judge
Love.
from Orange County. Tamra's fun.
She's a spitfire.
Just a spitfire. Who was the other one? Dorit. I know we didn't put. Did you end up putting her on your honorable mentions? I don't even remember.
no, 'cause you put her on
Dorit's
yours.
another. I didn't even put her
Kinsley,
on here, but I
yeah.
just remember like Dorit's a funny one. She was. So there's a whole Dorit storyline that happened last year or 2
think,
years ago, or
yeah,
whatever it is,
yeah.
where she got robbed while her husband was away,
In London.
and they had her at gunpoint. And they robbed her, and the whole drama thing was like they were ready to kill her, and her kids were in the other room, but then they just left. But they never
Well, they
found.
stole a lot of
They
stuff.
stole a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
but they didn't
Obviously.
kill her, and then they just like they never found the culprits. Like no trace of anything.
This was in London, you said?
No, this was in
Beverly
Beverly Hills. The husband was
why
in
did I hear
London.
London?
She
Oh,
said
oh,
London.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he's British.
He's British. So he was like
Gotcha.
home doing something. So they robbed or whatever, but then they never found anything. So like as
I
my
thought that they ended up. Oh no, that was when Kyle got.
put my
Right?
I thought they had still
I thought
not
they found
it.
like a giant truck, or maybe that's when Kyle got robbed.
Do you think she was being tracked? Like they were.
I
following her?
personally think it was a setup, and
I
that's
don't think the cops.
terrible. That's terrible for me to say. I'm just gonna put my conspiracy theory hat on real quick.
All right, let's hear it.
With all the like lack of evidence stuff, I think there's a chance that it was. I'm not saying it was.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of drama behind it of like her dealing through some stuff.
course,
but the
sure.
story changed a few times. Not like major details, but there were a few things she kind of kept like.
But I feel like when you go through like something traumatic, like
Of
your story's
course,
gonna
you-
change.
Some things you won't
Yes.
remember at the time.
Yeah.
and
A thousand
everything.
percent.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
just like I thought it was always weird how it was, and they were trying to obviously capture how she was feeling, but like
Yeah.
it did kind of kept getting fractured at certain points, and it was like no one was really like,
Yeah.
why do you keep saying it keeps changing? Everyone was kind of just like, we feel for you, which is cool, which is great. Again, I hope it did really happen. I hope that's not the case, but
You do and you don't.
right, but
Right,
you're like
right,
in your
but-
head, you're like,
but, like-
I don't know, like.
I could see also why you're being a little skeptical about it.
Yeah, like-
because of these other slimy
Well, it's
criminal
housewives. It's
people.
housewives,
Yeah.
you know, like so, like
Yeah.
as much as like part of this is always in your head when you watch these shows. It's like if the storylines are starting to get dull, what are they gonna do? And the
She
most
probably-
extreme way to do it
Dude,
is
she was probably getting whatever fan mail, seeing comments or whatever
Yeah.
of like people not believing her though, and she probably felt really
Oh
fucking
yeah,
bad
well,
about
part
it.
of it
like,
is think about the Jesse Smollett,
Yeah.
that whole fucking situation. Like that makes you think about how that stuff goes down now.
Fucked
The
up.
Kim Kardashian thing,
Yeah, that was
when
crazy.
she got robbed. I mean, that was legit.
Oh, I
So
didn't,
in-
I didn't even know much
Bro,
about that one.
Bro, she got robbed. They
Yeah.
caught those guys though, bro. She got robbed at gunpoint in her hotel
Kim
room.
did?
Yeah, years ago.
Bro,
What?
I was at a Kanye concert when they were still together when it happened. He
Whoa.
ran off stage. It's the notorious
Whoa.
thing. He's in the middle of
got a family
Heartless.
emergency.
He's in the middle of Heartless, and he's like, in the night, I hear him talk, told the story, and then like I have it on video. Him just like being like, I gotta go. Something happened with Kim, whatever. Just runs off stage.
And he got in a plane and went to Paris.
Went into the
Yeah.
plane, and then
Shit.
afterwards they find out she got robbed at like gun point.
Yeah, like they had a gun to her head. They're like,
Like,
we're gonna like rape you,
kill you,
wait for your
everything.
family.
Which is crazy because
Yeah.
she's one of the heaviliest guarded people ever. So then it became, where was the
more,
security
yeah.
guard?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't just
right.
have one person. Like
Yeah,
she has
she
like
has,
someone
like,
at the
a
front,
crew,
someone
yeah.
someone at the elevators. So then people started to obviously
But
dive
then
into.
she said that she was out with Kendall. And she was like, "No, you take the security. I'm just going home." So she had like one guy
Yep.
instead of her usual.
And the
stand
guy
of
was
10.
like
What happened
downstairs
to
or
the guy?
whatever.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They must have been watching her and like they were probably communicating like, "Hey, they're only with the
Well,
one.
in the
Go
trials,
upstairs."
yeah, like they had been watching her for like weeks
Yep.
on what she was doing.
Because she was there for
Fashion Week, I thought, right?
So I think she went like 2 weeks early. and was staying there or something like that, or like a week early, and they like from when she landed, they were tracking her moves.
I think that's a very valuable lesson to be learned there, especially when you're out of country, anywhere out of country. And being that famous,
and it can still happen. Yeah,
anything. Yeah, it don't matter.
Have that security with
always
you.
Gotta have it.
3 or 4 guys with you.
Oh,
you know,
it doesn't matter who you are. It's like that's the sad thing about like you can.
But they ended up catching them, which is good.
Yeah, and think about it too. It's like she was probably in a dope ass hotel. She wasn't in a fucking Hilton.
No, right.
No offense, but like she was probably in a crazy hotel. So
Without
imagine like. You know, you go to these upscale hotels. You probably feel a little bit more protected, right?
Of
course,
which is crazy. So, that was my spiel. I know from Atlanta, I said it wrong the other day, and I don't want to. Nene Leakes. She's considered one of the best housewives of all time. Like a lot of people consider her number one of like great housewives. I mean, you can probably talk more to her. She like is the big. She's in Atlanta, right? Mm-hmm. She's the face of Atlanta. Besides Candy, like they're very big on like that whole thing. Mm-hmm. I just haven't watched enough Atlanta that like. I can talk to it. They're honorable mentions because when we watch together, I like them. The banter's fun. It's a good time. Mm-hmm. Tiffany Moon from Dallas. She was a late addition to the Dallas crew, but I just thought she was really cool. She talked a lot about her upbringing. So she's Asian American, and she basically talked a lot about how like she was not and like misunderstood by her family, and like they were very demanding on her, and like didn't really show her love as a child. So now as an adult, it was very much like she talks about how like she's like, I want my kids to be raised that they know like I love them, even though she's a doctor and the husband's a doctor.
Yeah, they're both doctors.
Both doctors, so they don't really have time.
Why was she not understood? Is she gay,
she grew up in an Asian American culture where like her parents were demanding on her of like everything needed to be perfect, and if it wasn't like
so
showed
very
no
strict
love,
and
super strict,
okay, gotcha.
Super like if she wanted to be a doctor, but if she hadn't been a doctor, like they wouldn't have wanted to speak to her, kind of a thing.
Gotcha.
So it's crazy to think now there's like she had told her parents in one of the later seasons in Dallas, like I'm gonna start working not as much, and her mom was like, why?
Right. It wasn't like one of those parent situations like where, all right, if we could arrange a marriage for you, we're gonna do it.
Not it. I don't. I mean, maybe, but like, I don't think that's it. More, I just think it's more like it was like if you had to be a doctor and you have to work as much as you possibly can, kind of a thing. Yeah. Where she did that. I mean, she went to Harvard. She went to a really prestigious school. She like got all of her education. She became a doctor. She did everything. Yeah. But now she's got 2 girls. Mm-hmm. And she's at that point in her life, she's like, I want to be able to work still, but at the same time, like, I'm raising my kids. Because they were talking about in the show, they were on this dynamic where, like, the dad would take them to school, she'd pick them up, and then, like, when she, like, picked them up, she'd, like, go to bed. Because, like, she was working an overnight.
So she wasn't really
seeing her kids. So then it was, like, a whole dynamic. But it was really cool to see. And she was also really cool because she was, like, an outsider in Dallas. I mean, she's not a white person from Dallas, so it was really cool to see how she interacted with the dynamic and some of the shit that some of them were saying to her, and she was like, yeah, this is not, great. So that's part of the reason that a lot of people think that Dallas got canceled was some of the girls acting a certain way towards her. Gotcha. And she was kind of someone that was like, hey, like, you're kind of appropriating my culture in certain situations. So it was kind of cool to see that was how she was going. Alexia from Miami is another one. Like, I like a lot of the Miami ones. I like most of the Miami cast. I think they're all funny in their own unique way. Mm-hmm. Alexia's really cool. I know, like, she loves her. Like, that's her character. And it's been cool for me to watch Miami with her because, again, I'm German and Irish. I know nothing about a lot of other cultures that I try to. So as the years have went on and I've watched like some of the stuff that she talks about and some of the stuff her grandma talks about and her mom, I love when her mom and her talk about it, or like she'll like watch
the Miami one?
The Miami.
What did you say it already before? Like the culture in Miami
is very Cuban.
It is very Cuban.
It's
like
70%. Like it's. I'm just more guesstimating. It's very so. Cuba's not far from Key West and Miami,
It's
right?
90 miles
90
away.
miles away. It's
Wow, I didn't even know
super close. So a lot of people have migrated to the Miami area from
Gotcha.
Cuba.
Gotcha.
So it's become a very Cuban-dominated area. There's amazing Cuban food, Cuban culture there. So
Damn.
Miami is like probably 70-30 Cuban and
that's
then
why
other.
you love it, right?
Exactly.
That's why
yeah.
you
So-
love it.
But that's
yeah.
part of it. It's like part of it is the drama of Housewives, but
Yeah.
then the other part is like she said before, she'll sit there and they'll talk about certain shit and then they'll like say it in Spanish and then they'll say it in English and she's like, this is how like my family does certain things, or like certain, like she'll just laugh at how certain people talk in Spanish because all of the Spanish dialects are so different.
Yeah.
So when she watches like a Cuban person talk in it, she's just laughing because she's like, that's exactly how.
Do they
like,
do subtitles for it or not?
no, it's
Yes,
like
they do.
Oh, they
Oh,
do.
they?
that?
Oh, do they? Oh, that's
Yeah.
my yeah. But well, so they do, but most of the time I think they like re-explain it in English if they do their
What, the like confessionals
yeah,
or
the
whatever?
confessionals is what I meant.
They do subtitles.
Okay, whatever. Regardless, but that's part of the reason. Like I've kind of started to fall. Like Miami's on my teetering on the outside. It could be in eventually because
Yeah.
of watching. I mean, like all the other housewives she likes, but there's none that gets her attention like Miami does, in my opinion. Like I watch her watch it, and she's actually like watching it. You know, like the other one she likes, but the Miami, I like watching her be like, you know, I love this. You know, like
Is that fact?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fact?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
it's
love them.
fact. All right,
She
gotcha.
gets that. She gets that joy out of it. But and then Lisa Vanderpump. So Lisa Vanderpump is like one of the OGs. I like her for technically Vanderpump, right? You could put her on that.
So
kinda
far,
honorable
that's
mention,
probably, if I was to ever watch any of the ones that you brought
Vanderpump
up, that would
Rules?
probably...
but you should watch it. Check it out. Watch a season. Find it.
I think I got to get a girlfriend first, baby, and then figure it out from there. Start watching it all.
Go
binging
on,
them.
go on Tinder. Make your bio. Love
Make
seasons
bi-
1 through 3
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Vanderpump. You'll
Be
get
a housewives
Yup.
partner.
Oh man, dude, Miami's new Housewives of Miami's new episode was wild. You'll start just hitting, bro. You'll just start hitting.
All right.
So those are my honorable mentions. Lisa Rinna's my 5, Kyle Richards is my 4, and Dolores from New Jersey is 3. So Kyle Richards is the one from Halloween. Lisa Rinna we talked about from Beverly Hills. So
Right.
both of them are from Beverly Hills. And then Dolores is my number 2. Dolores from New Jersey. She's the one that we met. So Dolores, funny.
I thought you were gonna make a joke.
What did you think I was gonna say?
Like, Dolores from Westworld.
Oh my god!
Yeah, yeah,
Not
all right.
Dolores from
Sorry, I
Westworld.
don't even, sorry.
That's a deep cut you got there.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
Westworld for getting canceled. Dolores was the one that what I met, so that's the one I was talking about.
Oh,
earlier.
okay, gotcha.
Dolores is honestly one of the coolest housewives, one of the coolest people. It was an awesome experience meeting her and like seeing, like I said, the transition from like thinking like, oh, you might be too cool when I say hi to you. Like if I even just get a photo, cool, and like her being at like going out of her way to take my phone, do the video, introduce me to her father, like.
Yeah,
Those things are
was
so
an
cool
awesome
of, like-
story. I honestly thought you were gonna say it was Teresa.
No, it's not Teresa.
I love Teresa.
Not Teresa.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Teresa fan, but I do love her content, and I love that she's one of the OGs. Like, I love that she is one of the original Housewives. When you think of Housewives, not even just like a specific show,
Yeah.
you think of Housewives, you think of like
Teresa.
4 people, and Teresa is
I really
probably
just
your
think
number
of-
1.
Yeah,
but
right.
like. Someone, would you not agree? What you're probably if you're thinking of Housewives, someone that watches all of them, who your couple
You're
that
gonna go to Teresa.
Teresa's like your like 1 or
that's the
2 that
most
you
known
immediately
person.
go
Yeah.
to. Yeah,
She's so fun.
probably. So, but that's my 5, 4, and 3. So, do you have any honorable mentions or?
Wow, you're such a talker. I've been dying to go.
This is a bad idea.
Okay. My honorable mentions is Eileen Davidson. She's also, I think she was an actress. Eileen Davidson from Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Like when
She was an
younger,
older one, yeah.
She did like soap operas. Is that what it's called?
Soap
Yes.
operas,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's like famous in that world.
General Hospital.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. So she did all that. She's just like so fucking cool. Dina she was on Real Housewives of New Jersey. She was married. So we'll break it down. There was a mob guy in New Jersey, right? Like years ago, like mobster, sure.
Yeah.
That had 2 sons. Those 2 sons married one Dina, and the other one married Caroline Manzo. And then
Just keep nodding.
I think I'm following along
okay.
so far. So
So-
good. Yeah.
Grandpa, 2 brothers, the sisters. They're like kind of sisters. They talk about it as like they're sisters to each other, but not really sisters, whatever. And they married the brothers. So then Carol, whatever her name is, I don't really like her,
Manson?
so I don't really say her name. C goes off. She's married. She's still married. They own the brownstone in Passaic, or where is
I
it?
thought you were about to say brownstone as a whole.
No, not the Pancake Factory.
No, like
no.
the like Sweet 16 spot. It's
It's like yes,
It's like
up in
north.
Passaic. It's like North
think
Jersey
it's
stuff.
Passaic,
This
yeah.
is all North Jersey shit.
Yeah.
So like,
Gotcha.
But whatever. Dina and her husband end up like divorcing, and she moves to California and marries like another guy, like years and years later.
Mm-hmm.
The ex-husband hired a hitman to go kill them in California, and got in, like beat the shit out of both of them, like the husband and Dina, and then like left because like they fought back, whatever. They were
Yeah.
both like fucked up in the hospital, and it came out that it was him. But the reason it's such a big deal is because his dad was killed and found in a trunk like years before Housewives, dead from a mob hit.
Holy shit.
It's like they're still like tied in it. Isn't that crazy?
That's scary.
Yes.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah. So I just think that I just like Dina, but that's
That, I mean,
yeah, so there you go.
you know, that's almost
Crazy,
like,
right?
that's like actually like
like a movie.
fiction
Yes.
TV show status story.
Yeah, like
That's
oh,
like me
mobster
explaining-
Jersey.
yeah.
Yeah. Like no, it's real.
Yeah.
Like, they literally had mob, and they've always
Fucking
denied it. Like
insane.
we don't talk about how Al's father died. Like we don't discuss it, but you just look it up. And like at the
Right.
reunion, to be like, well, why don't you talk about how your father-in-law died?
Your
like
your
it's so
father-in-law, yeah.
intense. Like
God
oh
damn.
my god. Like in
Yeah,
the
so that
early
was
days.
another, yeah.
But that was cool. Phaedra Parks from Atlanta, just so. She's just like so cool. Like I don't know how to describe her.
Yeah.
Like she's an attorney. She speaks so well, but like the shade, like she reads the fuck out of people. I love that. Her husband also psycho in jail, and then Nene Leakes, who's an icon.
She's just Kayla. She just watches this for the drama of the people.
I
so.
guess she wasn't the attorney for her husband? No, you can't be anyway, probably not.
Yeah, it's
That's
probably
more of a
it may
joke
be
than
a conflict of
anything.
interest.
So over him. She's like, we got literally jail.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone from Vanderpump or Jersey Shore, or anyone that you like want to add as like a late addition? Since we're
No.
doing it as technically okay, great, awesome, perfect. Never mind.
I need to.
You do have one that's not on the show in Vanderpump anymore, but Stassi.
Oh, Stassi, yeah, but she's not on the show anymore.
That was a whole nother thing with Vanderpump. Two seasons ago, Vanderpump had some drama behind a couple of their cast members.
It was
got
3
in.
years ago.
It was 3 years
was
ago.
during COVID.
They got in trouble for apparently there was like a racial tone to like how they were treating another. I think it was one of the girls at the.
I don't really know the story, so I don't want to speak on it.
Regardless, basically they all were taken off the show, but one of them was like one of her favorite like people from the show.
Yeah.
That is now doing her own thing. She has like a podcast and a book. Do you still listen to the podcast
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
right? But
She's
she was like,
rebranded.
she was an OG in Vanderpump.
she was
like
great.
she was one of the top 3 people of like who they liked on the
Yeah.
show,
Yeah,
like an
she's, like, pretty
OG.
famous, yeah.
So it was crazy when that came out that she was asked to like step away because of kind of how it all
And it was
went.
during COVID, like the whole like movement.
Yep.
So like they had to like obviously pull all
Yep.
these people.
So it was like a
And
whole.
then she did
It was
her
like a
own
cancel-
podcast and everything
she
after
had
she
a podcast,
left.
she had a book, she was on tour, like
So
pretty
like
famous,
did
and then
all
got
that
dropped.
kind of drop
Yeah, she all got
afterwards?
dropped, and she was pretty quiet. And then she like rebranded. She got pregnant. She got married. Like super like quiet.
Yeah.
But she has like a huge home. Like she had like bills to pay. So I guess she was like quietly rebranding.
Yeah.
And now she came back out like the last like year.
Yep.
And it's a great podcast. I like it.
What is it called? Do you remember what it's
I can
called?
check. Yeah.
Well, the book is Off With Your Head, right?
Yeah.
That
and
was-
then the podcast. One moment. Straight Up with Stassi.
Straight Up with Stassi. I'm sure she went deep into
She like,
everything with the
touches-
show
yeah.
and all that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, now
Yeah.
she's totally involved in it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
my top
gotcha.
5 are Dolores. We don't need to talk about it again.
You
Dolores
just
is
go to
great.
3.
What?
Go to 3.
Why?
Don't spoil her list.
No, I'm saying go 5, 4, and 3, and then I'll do my 2, 1. You can do your
I thought
2,
you did
1.
your 2 and 1.
I didn't do my 2.
Okay. Dolores.
Did I do my 2 and
No,
1?
I don't think you did.
Kyle
like
Richards
shit.
from Beverly Hills.
The
And
Halloween
then-
actress?
Yes, and then Bethany Frankel from New York. She's not on anymore, but an icon. Another one like Spitfire.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love quoting her
Yep.
constantly.
Yep.
She's
All
famous
the
on
time.
TikTok now for doing like makeup reviews and shit.
She
Like
all-
accidentally fell into it.
Yeah.
And now like she blew up again. But she got really famous from Housewives. She was like dirt poor. Like was sleeping on someone's sofa, like one of the housewives.
Yeah.
And eventually like made her own brand. Do you know Skinny Girl? Have you ever seen that brand?
The
The
one.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one. Yeah.
She has like a whole. They do like makeup,
That's
jeans,
hers?
popcorn.
Yep.
Yeah, that's her.
Skinny girl got pretty big.
Yeah, it's huge.
That was
and then she
ShopRite
ended up marrying
Lickos.
this guy.
Yeah, I saw it everywhere.
Yeah, but it's ShopRite.
Yeah, it's on
Liquors.
ShopRite.
He was at ShopRite Liquors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
a seasoned vet over here.
Seasoned vet. Yeah,
She
yeah.
married this guy, and he turned out, of course, to be an asshole. Like super, like stalked her and her daughter. Like finally, it took like 10 years for her to get full custody. Like it's
Holy
been
shit.
going on. Yeah, she like just got custody. I think like a year or two ago.
Yep.
And like obviously he's gone. She was engaged to a guy that ended up killing himself. Like what a story.
Yeah, crazy. No, yeah, she's...
And now she's married to a guy, and she's just like TikToking her little life away.
Yeah.
Was she like crashing on one of the housewives' couch and like they were recording that too, and then she just became a character because
It
people
was
liked
never
her?
recorded, but it was always like she always talked. Like it wasn't like a
Oh,
hidden
okay.
thing. Like she always said I have nothing. In the earlier like season 1, they have her standing at like a ShopRite trying to give out like samples of her shit. And people like walking by, be like, "No, we're good." Like like
Yeah.
And like the grinding days.
As she's like
and she
trying to
sold the
build her
company.
brand. Yeah, she
Like,
sold
she's-
it. She was on Shark
I don't know,
Tank.
she's-
For Skinny Girl?
No, she was on Shark Tank as,
as
a
an
guest,
investor?
As an investor, as a
Like,
guest
she
investor.
Get
really
outta
came up.
here.
She is,
Yeah,
bro. She's
yeah.
probably, her net worth is probably pretty good.
Let's check.
Let's check.
I'll tell you what, that's a show that I love to watch
Shark
too.
Tank. What
Yeah,
would that
I
even?
love that show.
What
Yeah.
would we even put that under as shows?
I was just thinking that
'Cause I was gonna say
I
it.
wouldn't say game show.
can't put it as a
Can't
game
put it
show.
as game show.
It's technically reality, probably.
I guess
80
so.
million.
80 mil.
And that's in
Wow.
2022.
And I mean, you'd have to look up, like, if you'd ranking the housewives, like, money-wise, it's probably, I can only imagine, like...
I haven't tried the Skinny Girl wine, but
The popcorn's really good.
that's right. They
popcorn.
sold pop. There was packages.
everything, yeah.
But they had the wine and popcorn in like a
Like a
gift
duo
wrapped,
thing? Yeah.
duo sort
Yeah,
of thing
yeah.
at the
She does
store.
Makeup, clothing, like she does everything now.
You said
That's
how much
awesome.
is she worth?
80 million.
That's crazy, because on here it says Teresa's worth 11. So, like, just think about, like...
Teresa's not. She also went to jail because of her
yeah.
jerk off ex-husband.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yeah,
Yes,
for
I knew
tax
that.
evasion.
That's actually kind of how
She
I
didn't
started
know,
to
like,
know
that
her.
sucks. Like her husband was doing it and signing her name.
Right.
Like, that's fucked up.
No, yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely.
so
And I'm sure
Ha-
that's why she's like humbled now and everything too
I'm
after
sure
doing
going to jail
that.
for a year will humble you.
Yeah.
Heather is one of...
Dubrow,
Yeah.
she's cool, yeah.
Heather Dubrow is...
All her kids just came out. Well, at the same time, like one is trans and the other two are gay. Like all her kids are like transitioning or like
wow,
coming out of
that's
the closet.
all at the same
Wait,
time.
wait.
That's-
Not
This
the same
is
time,
this is
but-
Skinny Girls.
No. This
Heather
said
Dubrow.
I'm doing like the
oh,
net worths of everyone.
Oh,
like
gotcha,
so,
gotcha,
I just
gotcha,
like
okay.
she's another one of like an OG character from.
She also did soap operas, I thought.
Yeah, she was famous from that,
Her
and then
husband's a
she
plastic surgeon.
like, and he has a
Like
TV
money.
show.
Yeah.
He's
With Adrian Maloof's ex-husband.
he's fuck. Oh my
Under-
god,
it's a-
botched.
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 I've heard of that.
Yeah,
fix,
so
like,
he's
all, like, the fucked up
they do all the
surgeries.
so
Their house is insane. Like $100 million.
Bethany
Yeah.
Bethany's at
Yeah.
80, Lisa Vanderpump at 90,
Yeah. Who's number one?
Kyle Richards is 100,
Her husband's also extremely successful.
Diana Jenkins from Beverly Hills.
Yes.
She's 300.
Oh my god, she's
Wow.
insane. But she's the one that came from Europe that got half
And then-
the money of her husband.
And then Kathy Hilton, who's
Yeah, that makes sense.
$350
number one?
And
plus $1 million.
Hilton
Yes.
makes
But
sense.
she's not
well,
technically.
yeah.
She's like a character, not a character. Like she's
Well, she was
one
on
of.
for a season, then like went off because like it was a bunch of drama. And like if you're Hilton, like you don't need to be on this shit, embarrassing
no.
yourself,
No.
you know.
Hell
But
no.
Yeah.
then she just got in drama where she was screaming or fighting her sister on the show last season, right?
I mean, the family dynamic is awful.
Last season they like went out in
Aspen.
they went into Aspen and they like that night got into a thing and she like they got her on camera or like they got part of it on camera of her like screaming at her sister like you don't know me because they like wanted to leave the club or something.
It was something like
It was
On the
something
show, or is this
crazy.
like a
on the
TMZ
show?
thing? Oh, okay,
on the
okay,
show,
okay.
it all happened, and then they like went home that night, and she like left, but like she apparently like told Kyle like you're
Pops
nothing
off.
without me, like
Super
I created
drama.
your like this whole entire.
But,
So like
they've always it's three sisters and it's always been that toxic.
Yeah.
Like she's gone years not speaking to her sisters
Yep.
and they rekindle
and they're
it's
best
a whole
friends for
thing.
5, and then they fight like
probably a
this, and they.
cycle.
It
right?
has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
it's
cannot.
crazy, but yeah. So that's that. So I
Let me just, and I hate to do this, but that GoPro is going to be dying soon because we're almost at the 2-hour mark. Just to let you guys know. So,
I got 2 and 1. She got 2 and 1.
Yeah.
We'll get
Oh,
out of
I
here.
forgot
Alright,
to do
cool.
it too.
So my 2 is Teresa, and my 1 is Bethany. So basically, we Bethany is really cool. Just her brand that she built. I always liked her because she didn't really, not that she didn't get into a lot of. There we go, perfect.
it's
Step.
okay. I'll switch the
We'll
camera
turn it
over
around.
to you. Yeah, when
But,
it's your turn. Yeah.
Bethany was just cool because, like, I think she was just straight up. Like, very much, like, it was cool to see her grind. It was cool to see where she got. She was a very humble housewife for the most part. Like, she didn't fight with a lot of people, but, like, she was one of those...
She would tell you, like, you're fucking wrong.
Yep. Yeah. She was, like, didn't take any bullshit from anyone kind of a person.
I'll tell you what, I think that's the best character persona to have in those shows, I think.
100%.
Like, not to start the
You
drama,
can't play the victim,
but be the most realist, not afraid to say the truth to
It's just
these
some of
people
them
to their
don't
face.
like that.
But you also come out on top at the end.
Yep.
Because everyone's like, oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah, so, like, that's the big
Exactly.
thing, though, is
And
a
people
lot
like
of...
you
That's
for
what
it.
I like, yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, Teresa at my 2 is very much more because she's just the OG housewife of what everyone knows her at.
Out of respect.
Out of respect. I personally get irritated by some of the shit that she does sometimes. I just don't like... She can be a lot, and I don't like that, like... She kind of always comes off as this, like, I'm never wrong, like, you were the one in the wrong. Even when she is sometimes that it is the other person's fault,
sorry,
which is
like, 4
okay.
seasons later.
But then, like, yeah, she'll, like, do something fucked up, and she'll be like, I don't think it was that fucked up. And then, like, 5 years later, she'll be like, yeah, like, that was my bad. And it's like, it's been 5 years, you know? So, like, that's... And I also don't like her husband now. Like, I don't like him. He's, like, a weirdo, in my opinion. He's got weird vibes to me. But, like, that's, like, a lot of people are Team Teresa over Team Melissa, who's her sister-in-law, and her brother Joe. They have a lot of drama. So it's kind of a constant friction of, like, the unfortunate thing is Joe, the brother, always brings up that, like, my parents, who both have died, their parents have both died, their drama is always, like, our parents would hate seeing us fight like this, but then, like, they're always fighting like this from both of them.
But it's really Joe and Melissa the last couple years.
So
it's not us. And then, like, screenshots come out and, like, paper trails
of them talking shit or doing whatever.
Like,
and then what are they gonna say?
Yeah, and they're like, no, that's not the entire thread. It's like,
kind of is.
So
so that's my 2 and my 1. So I'll pass it over to you if we want to. Well,
all right, Kayla, you're
live.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Alexia and Marisol. So they're from Miami.
It's a tie.
2 favorite. Yeah, they're my tie.
Oh,
I had to tie it
trendy
up.
with Ganz, huh? Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do it.
Ties in the top
I wasn't
five.
gonna do it this episode, so I was like, yup.
Okay, I got you.
The eventual Mrs. Ganz had to get a tie in there, so we did that on purpose.
I love them. And then number 1 is, of course, Teresa. Obviously. I think she's never wrong. I'm always on her side. I'll always find a way to defend her.
A ride or die.
I am a ride or die for her. I love her.
She is. 1,000%. But... So that's it.
I knew she was going to be on, if not both of your lists, one of your lists.
Yeah,
and I really thought it was going to be her who...
took the crown?
Yeah. not just that, but, like, was the one that you saw. I really
It would have been cool. It would have been cool. If I did, she would have probably freaked out even more. But, like, with Dolores, she was already like... Yeah, I'll show it to you afterwards. I think I have it
edited into the
podcast
I would love that. Talk about it?
Yeah,
that would be cool.
With Luke. And he's so cute. I'm so happy for you. But most of all, I want to say happy birthday. And thank you for watching the show. This season's like such a crazy season. And we just started. So I love you. I love your Bravo boy.
Oh my
Take
God.
care. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, if you still have it. But
right.
Cool. Well, we did it.
We did it.
2 hours.
We did it. I think the episode should just be called Bravo Talk, maybe?
Bravo Talk. I love that.
Bravo
Bravo
Talk?
Banter.
Bravo
Banter.
The bravest Bravo Banter bunnies.
You're so weird.
Battlestar beats Bears, Battlestar Galactica. Just make that the caption. Beats Bravo, Battlestar Galactica.
That's pretty funny.
And just have Jim Halpert dressed as Dwight.
I'll have her dress up as Dwight, and I'll dress up as Jim, and we'll send you a photo. Oh my God.
All righty, well,
I'll find this later.
Kayla, thank you for joining the podcast for the very first time.
Oh yeah,
It was much appreciated to talk in your realm of, I guess, media, right? Because is that mainly what you watch?
That's all I watch.
That's all you watch?
Yeah, and like the news.
And the news.
Fox 5 in the morning. Shout out Bianca Peters, the GOAT. Rosanna Scotto, Bianca Peters every day at 8 a.m. Yup. We watch it like clockwork.
Yes.
All right, and now I'm going to transition it back to Luke. Let's bring this back over here so you could sign off.
I'm hiding.
Hold on. I think you're good, dude. Are you good? Yep, you're good.
Bye.
Yes, thank you to my co-host
Of
Luke Ganz for
course.
joining the
Thank
pod as
you
well.
for coming.
And If you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Also follow us on all social media platforms at Frank_videos, and check out our podcast audio only format on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And you know what? With all that said, that's all we got for you guys, so peace out. Now, Tom Holland has been fan casted for so many characters.
Every single person.
Every single person, and it pisses me the fuck off because he's a very entertaining actor, but I don't think he's the greatest actor. I did see this one on Facebook, and I'm surprised it didn't get as much traction, and I don't see it more often.
Yeah.
Ben 10.
Ooh, okay, cool. I like that a lot, actually.
Tom Holland has a little bit of another Ben 10.
I mean, I think they're missing the boat on it. You don't have much time left to do it.
No, you don't.
So if you do it, him as Danny Phantom could be good too.
I was thinking that as well.
Him and Danny Phantom could be good.
Ben 10, he's a fucking superhero, man.
Yeah.
That could work.
You know who I think they made a bad decision with putting him at Uncharted instead of Indiana Jones. Make Indiana Jones still a professor, and Tom Holland is not in school yet, but he's been skipping school because he heard about this guy Indiana Jones that teaches at the class.